Wait, the most controversial ghost hunting series on YouTube.
A pair of YouTubers recently spent 1 week at the Conjuring house and documented the whole thing. Sam Goldback and Colby Brock were so astounded by what they saw at the house that they offered a very public challenge to anyone who could explain it.
Tried every single way that we could in our minds to debunk it and absolutely couldn't. So
I'm gonna debunk it right now.
Let us know.
Sure thing, guys. Happy to help. Let's dive right in and discuss Sam and Colby's Conjuring house.
Isn't that the one with button eyes?
Series.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't think so. I think this is the one with the demon inside of it.
YouTubers Sam and Colby posted a 4-part series on...
I have to admit, I'm a fan and Colby fan. I'm a fan and Colby fan, but like this whole thing was stupid and crazy. What is this? I've never seen this.
A lot of comments asking me to look into it, and what can I say? I'm a man of the people. Now, at first I wasn't interested because if you've seen my Ghost React videos, you know that I have a hard and fast rule when it comes to ghost videos. If it's posted by a YouTuber, it's fake.
He's as cute as a button in the eyes of anyone who ever laid eyes on the
hater.
And what appears to be a pack of plastic spoons is launched off the kitchen counter.
So what was the pack of plastic spoons doing sitting that close to the edge?
Listen, I've been on this platform a long time. Long enough to blanketly distrust any YouTube...
You guys think you could be ghost hunters? I could be ghost hunter.
...influencer out.
You know what? I won't be a ghost hunter. I will be a ghost buster.
There. I just...
Imagine me saying that sentence with my finger out while waving it around.
...know better at this point. But despite all these reservations, I decided to give Sam and Colby a shot. And I'm glad
I've done an investigation before.
Something happens
Did you interview the ghosts?
That's genuinely worth talking about. The first video starts off about how I expected.
Something about the basement is following us.
What is this house?
YouTubers. Sam and Colby
I just realized I'm actually equipped in all viewer clothing. I'm wearing the Gengar pants, and I just got the hoodie that Kay got me. It's a baby blue hoodie, and the sleeves aren't messed up.
Hit 10 million subscribers, a fact that quickly proves to be inescapable.
10 million subscribers.
It felt weird at first talking to air. Really? You were actually talking to air?
Unreal. 10 million subscribers.
Congrats, guys. Anyway, to celebrate, they're spending a week at the real Conjuring house. Now, if you're not familiar with the Conjuring house, it's the house from the Conjuring movies. Glad I could help clear that up. What's that? You need more detail? Oh, okay, fine then. Well, with the Conjuring house, once again, we're faced with Ed and Lorraine Warren lore, who are the most notorious, quote,
have you received what I ordered for you yet?
In history. I won't be doing a deep dive on the Warrens,
no.
Let's just say
unless it's the Kleenexes. I've gotten all the Kleenexes, but other than that, no.
Any paranormal story that involves them. The one thing I will mention about the Warrens is that one of their most famous encounters was with the supposedly possessed doll Annabelle. This Annabelle doll that you may have seen in the Conjuring movies. In reality, though, Annabelle was just a regular old Raggedy Ann doll that the Warrens kept locked up in a glass case.
I know you got me something that is not Kleenex, Yuki. But I didn't get that one yet.
It's creepier than the over-the-top movie version. It's important to note that the Annabelle doll has nothing to do with the Conjuring house. The only thing that they have in common is that the Warrens were
the sparkling ice, cat trees for Link, and the surprise gift.
The story of the
I got everything but the surprise gift. I'm sorry.
House is that after the Perrin family,
dude, the cat treats for Link are so goated. Like Link has such fresh breath now. He's like, ooh, minty fresh. And he loves the treats.
In the early 1970s,
I feed it to him whenever he's like, yo, give me food. But it's not his mealtime yet.
In a visit from Ed and
then every time I feed him, like, this is from Yuki.
This is from Yuki. Centuries earlier. Honestly, the finer details of the Conjuring house aren't even that important because the main point of discussion in Sam and Colby's videos
fresh boy.
isn't even related to the Conjuring house. In fact, considering the series is branded as a Conjuring house series, it is going to shock you how little we actually talk.
Were there news recently about the doll?
But I digress.
Wait, is there new stuff with the Conjuring doll? New Conjuring doll? What if the doll had like a daughter?
Before asking the big question on everyone's mind about the spirits who dwell there.
What do they want with us?
Exactly. What do the ghosts have planned for Sam and Colby's 10 million sub milestone? Am I right? It's called a diamond play button, people. Even the
Oh,
dead
thank you,
gotta
Skylar.
respect that hustle.
You mean
Sam and Colby
Annabelle?
have
Yes.
actually made a previous video.
Annabelle was in your
Conjuring
area,
House,
Silver?
so they spend some time going down memory lane.
Wait, how does Annabelle walk?
15 million subscribers, dude.
Yeah, thank you.
Before we get to the main event of their first video,
What vibes today,
and
but I'm watching.
arguably the
Okay, Trinity.
four-part series overall, Cody and Satori.
She causing trouble again recently. Wait, there's actually new hauntings from Annabelle? What the frick?
We first
How
meet
does that
Cody
even
and
happen?
Satori outside the Conjuring house when Sam and Colby first arrive, and the new owner of the house introduces them. They set things up by telling Sam and Colby that one of the ghosts there wants to talk to them. A ghost named
Wasn't the latest thing
Abigail.
that she
Right
escaped,
away,
or is there new
Cody
stuff?
mentions that he and
Wait, she-
Satori have a cool
Annabelle escaped!
trick they can do to speak with ghosts.
We figured out this.
Annabelle got- oh my gosh.
Met each other. Everyone in the room can hear what's going on.
Annabelle is an
We're not
escapist
meaning anything
artist.
to say, like we can't sense anything, but just
A
something.
factory
strange
burned
happens.
And on
down.
the
It's
first
kind of like
night,
Child's
Cody
Play
and
with
Satori
Chucky.
officially showcase their trick, not just to Sam and Colby,
Wait. Is Chucky, like from Child's Play, based on Annabelle? Or is it the other way around?
but to the more than 15 million people watching.
Gulp.
The first day we met, we were paired up
Gulp.
with each other to investigate a private residence. We thought the place was really active, and then the next investigation we went on, the same activity, a lot of footsteps and banging sounds, and then the other team members were like, maybe it's something with you guys, you should go experiment. We
I'd like to think I'm a believer, but I don't think I completely am. A solid 6 out of 10.
found out that
So you're more of a
over time,
believer
that
than
when
a
we hold
non-believer.
hands or hold wrists, it's almost like flipping on a light switch and kind of draws them in a little closer. So we're not mediums or anything. We can't sense anything. Whatever happens, everyone is here to witness. We can't control it, and we only do this for people who cross our paths naturally and don't do it for money.
Maybe
or
it's a
anything like
noisy
that.
squatter.
I actually almost believe that they don't do this for money because the elevator
Yeah, I
pitch
need more
for this
proof.
thing
True.
sounds like a complete nothing burger. In fact, we're about 20 minutes into this thing now, and I was starting to get, I don't want to say bored.
I prefer
but
Robert. He's
just
more fun
kinda
than
like,
Annabelle.
you know,
Wait,
can we
is there a male version of
move it
Annabelle?
along, please? But if anyone is sensitive
heck?
to how your attention span is holding up, it's YouTubers. And Sam and Colby come to the rescue, letting us know that we're not gonna wanna miss this.
Wait. There's an actual Robert doll that's also haunted. How come there's no movie? How come there's no Robert? Robert.
Following footage you're about to see, we left completely unedited and completely uncut so that you guys could experience it the way that we did.
This affected us. so
Robert.
much that we flew back to the Conjuring house a month later to try to debunk what we saw.
There we go again, and go. There goes Robert again doing stuff.
We want you to watch and give your honest opinion about what you think.
I'm gonna see him at
because
some point.
after Sam and I experienced this
At night,
we've been thinking
Silver.
about it
Robert's gonna sneak up on you.
every single
He's
day
actually behind you
since.
right now.
Wow. Now that's an elevator pitch.
You
You paying
can't look at
attention,
Robert,
Cody?
why?
This is how you sell it. Anyway,
Is he
I'll just
ugly?
let the clip play. I'll see you in a couple minutes.
Can you come in here, please?
Yeah, pretty Pretty sure if you get Robert on camera and look at him, he curses you. Wait, really? Wait, so if we see Robert right now, we get cursed? You have to ask him for permission. Does he say yes? Not gonna lie. Robert, may I look at you? Yes, you may. Okay, we can look at him. I was feeling a little cursed there, but now I'm not.
If anybody's here, I'm gonna ask you.
I actually got a little scared. I'm like, whoa.
Okay, if anybody's here, I'm gonna ask you to make that same noise you just made, maybe let's say 4 times.
What happened?
Let
What
me know
happened?
you can hear me.
Wait, there's noise?
1, 2,
What the frick?
3, 4.
Wait, what?
Thank you so much. I appreciate
What is that?
Might be a bit exciting, so I know. Okay, hold on a second. So I'm going to play a little game. If you'd like to tell me your first name, I'm going to go through the alphabet.
This series in
When I get to the
controversy
first
annoyed me
letter
so
of your
much.
name, you're gonna
What is
knock.
that?
I'll restart. When I get to the second letter, you're gonna knock, and I'll keep restarting until I spell out things, okay?
What is this?
All right. So I'm gonna get your first name. A. B. Abigail.
Footsteps.
Abigail Arnold. Perfect. It's great to talk to you this evening.
It's Annabelle. Annabelle Arnold.
So basically, when Cody and Satori hold each other, they're saying that it creates a connection
What the
with spiritual
frig?
plane, and they're able to communicate with spirits like Abigail. The ghosts interact with them
Annabelle.
through a series of knocks that everyone
They
in the
kept
room
they
can
keep
hear.
saying
They
Annabelle
captured
wrong.
it on camera. You heard it yourself. And Satori turns into kind of a human Ouija board where she starts reciting the alphabet until the knocks line up
Knocking?
with the letters that she's reciting, and the ghosts can spell out a word that they want to communicate. The first way they show this is by having
It's Annabelle,
Abigail
bro.
identify Colby and
Do you know
spell
who
his
this
name.
is? Can you tell us his name?
It's George.
A. B.
That's Sam.
C.
I know their name.
B.
It's
C,
Sam.
D. E.
The ghost is wrong, bro.
F, G. H. I. J. K.
That's
L,
freaking
M,
Sam.
N, O,
The other one's Colby.
A. B. C. D. E. F. G. H.
Human
I,
Ouija board.
J, K. L. A. B. C.
What if the ghost is an
I know I
idiot?
went fast on that one. Colby. Perfect.
Okay.
Abigail spells out Sam's name too before
Yeah.
telling him that there are, quote, people here who also want to talk to Sam and Colby. One of those other spirits comes forward and identifies themselves as Libby Golback, which Sam has a big reaction to.
Libby Golak.
Your grandma?
My grandma.
Now, Sam's understandably really caught off guard by this. I mean, if I heard a stranger spell out my late father's name without ever mentioning him to them or telling them anything about him, I would be reacting just like he is.
Wait, if this is fake, this is so messed up. You see a grown man crying. If this is fake, this would be so messed up.
Sam even clarifies that he's shocked they said the name Libby.
There's no way in fucking hell they know anything.
Thank you for the headpads in.
That's not
Why is he cursing?
her real name. That's her nickname. No one in my family, no one besides my family would ever tell anybody like that. What the fuck?
I hate to tell you, but we only have access to toilet.
You will need it?
You
Why?
guys are gonna pull a stunt like this and then not even have tissues available? Sam's just like, I'm good. Don't want to be wiping my nose with toilet paper in front of 15 million people.
There's no fucking
There's
way.
no way they knew her.
There's no fucking way.
It's funny to me that they repeat, there's no way, there's
Wait,
no
why?
way.
Why
over
is his grandma's ghost in the another person's house? What the frick? Is his grandma a serial cheater? Why you at someone else's house, bro? Hey, yo, weird.
and over to the point where Colby pauses to
Maybe it
try to
followed
think
him?
of a different
Oh.
way to phrase it, and he comes
Wait.
up with,
Wait, so his grandma's just there watching him every day? Grandma, sorry, I won't watch that stuff anymore. My bad.
there is a severe lack of a way. There is a complete and total absence of a way. No, but in all seriousness, you know, even though I'm skeptical when it comes to YouTubers like this, I found myself really buying their reaction here. It seemed sincere. And maybe I'm a sucker, you know, but even though I'm not familiar with them outside this
Grandma, I won't watch anime anymore. I'm sorry.
series,
I'm sorry.
I decided to give them
Cartoons are for
benefit
kids,
of the doubt.
Grandma. I'm
With
sorry.
that said, they end up freaking themselves out in the parking lot, and when they come in, they tell the Conjuring House staff that something was, quote,
I'd be bored if I
running
followed
at
one
them
person around all day,
outside.
every day. But they're ghosts.
Animal or something.
Ran at us.
What else
So
do you have to
that's a
do?
little more of that
Other than
YouTuber
just haunt
energy I
them,
was
yeah.
expecting, rearing its ugly head. They end up coming back
If I was a
inside,
ghost-
though, and Cody and Satori
If I was a ghost, I would pick one random guy and just mess with him. I would be knocking stuff over, opening doors. I'm like, whoa.
resume their spirit communication act to
I just
relay
freaked the guy
more
out.
messages from family members. Sam's
Imagine
grandmother
Gengar, but
says
that's like
she's
me.
watching over him, as well as his brother and sister, Allison and Ben.
Allison and Ben are my brother and sister.
Make
They
them go
even pull
crazy.
Sam and Colby's producer,
If I have a grandchild
Zach
looking
into
for
the
trouble when
mix,
trouble isn't looking
although
for him,
Zach
I do
chooses
same.
to not have his
Smack
section
him.
filmed. Even though we don't get to see it, Zach appears to get emotionally moved by the information they gave him.
I'm not a public figure. There's no way that anybody in this room would have known anything about any of these people.
Up
It's impossible.
until this very moment, you've always been a skeptic. Does this help at all?
I don't even know what to believe at this point.
Cody and Satori end up relaying messages from Frank Brock, who wants to tell Lane that Elizabeth and I are okay, which Colby identifies as his family members.
I think Elizabeth and Frank are my great-grandparents. Lane is my dad, and nobody spells Lane like L-A-Y-N-E.
They go on to give more messages to Colby, things like, tell Lisa Janelle is with
Dude, even Colby doesn't know, bro. Dude, these ghosts are for real. What the heck?
with Lisa being Colby's mom.
Real ghost.
Needless to say, Sam and Colby continue to have big reactions to all this news.
What is happening?
Good, that makes me happy. Anything else?
Satori then tells the guys that their family members just walked away.
They just walked away.
What? Wait, as a ghost, you still have to walk? No, I'm not being a ghost anymore. I'd rather just float around or something.
Oh my god, wait, yeah.
Yeah, that was it. And then they're done for the night.
So, let's review. When Cody and Satori
I do the same.
join hands together,
I'll only walk if when to scare
they say
people,
they're
you know?
able to connect with
I do the same,
spirits.
just leave.
What immediately follows is a mysterious knocking sound, and Satori recites the alphabet to coincide with that knocking sound for the spirit to spell out a message. Now, if you're a skeptic, if you're the type of person that's always looking for the rational explanation, you probably are already starting to form theories about how they're doing this little magic trick. And thankfully, the guys have some theories too. Sam and Colby can get a little caught up in the moment sometimes.
That is blinking.
That just blinked.
That just flickered.
Something just moved.
Oh, wow.
Something's out here.
But I was both relieved and surprised to see them immediately start attempting to debunk Cody and Satori's act, even when they were still reeling from it in the parking lot.
Full honesty, I was looking at their feet like, who's tapping?
And immediately after Satori says the spirits walked away, they start asking if they can change location.
Can we follow you upstairs? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and just do it upstairs.
And then do it again upstairs.
Okay. So they're trying to debunk it. Like with probable
Is
cause.
that okay?
Yeah.
Can we take off your shoes and your socks? And then
Wait, where is this?
see
Are we
those
doing it in this
feetsies
room
for
right
free,
above us?
bro. For
Oh,
free.
guys, just take a peek at this. Is what it looks like. There's just wood. There's
Nothing
nothing. There's absolutely nothing on all
You'd
of that.
think.
Just take that in. Okay, now
For
we're gonna go up to
free.
the same room.
Ready?
Cody and Satori do the
See
same
those puppies
routine
for free,
upstairs,
bro.
And the same knocking sounds are heard. The spirit Abigail spells out the words woods, cautious, and good intentions. So nothing like the personalized information they were getting downstairs, but they're still getting communication. Cody and Satori's spirit revelations are the show stealer of Sam and Colby's Conjuring House series. And like I said earlier, for me, it was really unexpected that the most controversial part of this series had nothing to do with the Conjuring House at all. I mean, I came into this
Yeah, they can just
series
go
expecting to see,
anywhere.
like, fishing line tricks, moving furniture around, maybe somebody getting like
Bakery.
cartoonishly possessed by a demon or something.
All right, Marshy.
But
I got you.
Yeah, the main
Wait,
attraction
let me put
of
on
this
my
whole thing
watch.
is Cody and Satori's seemingly unexplainable.
Oh my gosh. I
connection
feel like
to
it's
the
been a
demon.
while since we
Now, you may
reloaded
be
the
thinking to
bakery.
yourself right now, it's fake. They're trying to fool us, and I agree. I think we're being fooled. But how are
One
they doing
sec.
it? We need more information. Luckily, Sam and
Dude,
Colby
are Sam and
already
Colby
on
reloading the
case.
bakery? Am I the only one having to reload the bakery here?
Possible non-paranormal explanations for Cody and Satori's knocking method.
For Marshy.
We went back to Rhode Island
And the
figured
bakery.
it out for ourselves.
They
One.
wanted to answer a few questions.
2,
1. Is
three,
the knocking trick
4,
part of the house?
There's just wood. There's
6,
nothing.
2.
7,
Is there anything in their shoes?
8.
And just for reference,
9,
nothing built into
10.
our sneakers.
Ah,
3.
5 more
where's
for
the
Marshy.
sound coming from?
Do you mind if I try to see where the noise is coming from?
13.
Can you keep stomping your feet as much as possible?
15.
Sometimes you'll hear it move around the room. Can you walk?
Yeah, now it's over here.
Oh my
Now it's
gosh.
over here.
Really? Wait, wait,
I
wait.
can't even follow.
Wait. Does it actually move? Wait, I want to hear this.
Can you walk?
Yeah, now it's over here. Now it's over here.
It sounds the same.
Yeah, it is moving.
Dude, I can't even follow it.
So first,
Is it
Sam and
moving?
Colby take them
No!
outside to test it, and as it turns
I just
out,
got slapped by
yes,
Jews. No.
they can do it outside.
All right, Abigail or anybody, if you're here,
Yeah.
can you come up to the front for me?
Here it is. It's outside.
Come over here.
Next, they take Cody and Satori to a
Wait, so it's got to be stone steps then.
Here it is.
Let me see.
Can you come up to the front for me?
Wait. It still sounds like it was the ghost. Trust. Wait, the footsteps don't sound like they're stone. It doesn't sound like the ghosts are walking on the stone.
Here it is. It's outside.
Come over here.
Next, they take Cody and Satori to a random park nearby that one of their team members blindly chose,
Yeah.
and they even made them change into surprise shoes they had just bought.
We got shoes at Walmart.
There's nothing in their shoes, everybody.
Turns out they were able to do it at this random park too.
Okay.
And this really impressed Sam and Colby.
From what we were experiencing, there's no way we could explain how they could possibly be faking this.
Now, what impressed them so much about
I wanna
this
hear.
was that Cody and Satori started talking to a random spirit at the park named
Terry Fossey.
And Terry starts giving them very location-specific information. For example, they spell out that they were a teacher and then say the word globe.
Globe Park School is 800 feet that way.
No. No way.
While we were leaving the park, we
Shit.
had a team member look up all the information that we got from Terry.
I already stained the hoodie, guys. I'm sorry.
That the spirit that came through, and it was all true.
All right, reservation is at 12:30. We're starting to round up to head out. I will try to stop in whenever I can. The pictures will be posted. Yes.
September 27th.
Grab a picture where you're recording a video. Put your phone on there, and then throw the axe at your phone, but like miss it.
Which is today. No! 2007. So 16 years ago, today, Terry Fika died at Globe Park School.
Whoa! And that's why I was walking around today.
Oh my god.
Wow.
What?
There's no way. As Colby put it,
No way.
there's zero way. Now, you may not have noticed this, but according to the footage, Terry got her own name wrong.
Terry Fossey.
She spelled it wrong,
Terry
like an
says her
idiot.
last name is Facci, but the screenshots they
Becky.
show spell her name as Fika,
Or
which
Feki,
is
Fika.
an interesting
Feces.
inconsistency. Now, how would this ghost get their own name wrong?
Because he's a
It's a
dumbass.
mystery. A mystery we'll revisit later.
Back
in
up,
the video,
Ter.
But just bookmark it.
Wait,
for now. Sam
Terry's a teacher. Wait, would a teacher be that stupid though?
and Colby conclude their investigation by asking Cody and Satori to do the trick again in a random parking lot and again inside a dance studio they had rented.
Is this
Imagine.
a female?
Teaching the kids the wrong spelling to every word. I would love that.
Male. Okay. Are they with this building? Are they with somebody in this building?
Outside the building?
They're from outside. Okay.
And these tests lead Sam and Colby to proclaim a stunning revelation.
Based
Ghosts
on our
are
experience with
real.
the story, we 100% wholeheartedly believe that this is true.
All right, not so fast.
Ghosts
Let me
are
stop you
freaking
right there,
real.
buddy. If you guys have seen my other ghost videos, like my 28 Days Haunted video or my Black
Should have
Wolf
said
Ghost
show them the
video,
grippers,
you know
yes.
that media literacy and
Show us
critical
your
thinking
grippers.
are things that I take very seriously. So while I'm
Why are they
happy
holding
that Sam
hands?
and
Would it protect
Colby
them? They said that that's the only way to activate the spirits. Like they're acting like a portal when they hold hands.
at least attempted to do some basic debunking and testing, frankly, it wasn't enough.
And that's so nice of siblings to hold hands, you know?
Now, like I said, I came into this series expecting to see some classic, obviously fake,
That the
ghost
cement
caught on
stompers.
camera type of stuff.
It's just weird. It just sounds like they're like the ghost footsteps sound the same every time. Like it doesn't matter if they're in concrete, wood, gravel. It just sounds the same.
fronted by a couple of YouTubers who didn't question anything and didn't care whether what they were portraying was real or not. But
One-legged
instead,
ghost.
at the end of episode 1 at least, I came away actually kind of liking these guys. Now don't get me wrong,
What's up, guys? It's Sam Colby.
it's clear
What's
that
up,
these
guys?
guys' priority
Ah,
is
blah,
to
blah.
make entertaining YouTube videos. So throughout the series,
It's
they're
their
very
trademark.
excitable, and they often get carried
Ghost
away.
Ghost only step on
Dude, what the
one sound.
That is Robert. What the fuck?
When I was in Waverly, a bird came out of nowhere. I almost had a heart attack.
But I don't know. I didn't get the vibe that
It's
there was any
Bella.
malicious deception going on, which is more than I can say for some.
What if the ghost can't walk? You would hear a wheelchair. You would like. It's like the squeaky wheelchair.
I do think they came to the conclusion that it was legit a little too quickly.
We 100% wholeheartedly believe that this is true. True.
Or crawl.
Cody and Satori later in the video, but in the meantime, just think about it. There's these mysterious knocking
Depends on what
sounds that are
time.
happening pretty
If
much
wheelchairs
right
were invented, they
where
would have wheelchairs.
The knocks appear to bounce around the room. It doesn't matter what shoes they're wearing. They're also able to recite real names
With a bell.
of real dead people that are either directly related to the stranger that they just met or the location that they were just taken to. If it's not real, how are they doing it? Well, hold
Google
on
is
to
a
that
thing.
thought. Time for episode 2.
Episode 2.
Episode 2 of the series is a whopping 1 hour.
Oh my
43
gosh.
minutes long, and it's about
Wait,
their
we could have watched this and it could have been the whole thing.
trip into the
This could be like 3 movies, depending on how many episodes.
that the ghost Abigail warned them to be cautious of. That caution goes out the door almost immediately.
All right,
I have my
guys, so
basket
as
of
you can
tricks
see,
and
we
best
are
of people.
now in the middle of the woods, actually.
I'll be
Me too.
honest, even though I thought Cody and Satori were
I binge watched this. Really? Wait, so you know what happens? What the frick?
faking it, episode 1 got me hooked on what would happen next.
Imagine going into a building you can't exit and someone tells you about a ghost that crawls on the ceiling because they
Sam and
happen. Oh
Colby
my
getting
gosh.
excited about
That is
their
crazy.
ghost hunting devices lighting up.
Oh my god, that thing's just going off. What? Yo! Wait, yo, okay, that's not.
Yo.
Oh, now it's freaking the fuck out.
I've never watched this stuff.
What these mysterious
Worry, are you
devices
a scaredy
especially
cat?
since
Huh?
a lot of them are
Don't
commonly
worry.
seen on
You're here
ghost
with
hunting shows
chat.
to detect paranormal activity. Well,
I am a
considering
Sam and
the
Colby
bulk
fan.
of this
Wait, what else do they do? Do they just do scary stuff?
100-minute episode is comprised of Sam and Colby reacting to these devices, I guess we better find out what they are. The most common one is called a REM pod, and this was
A
the
REM
one
pod.
Sam and
Wait,
Colby get
REM? I love REM. That's my wife.
most excited seeing light up. I was actually curious about what parts it was
I
made
love your
of
avatar.
and
The color
how
scheme is beautiful.
scientific it was.
Thank you,
so I
GG.
looked it up. I found this
Like it?
article written by this guy Kenny Biddle,
Thank you so much.
whose name you might recognize as someone who also
Wait, listen.
wrote
Let's be
about
investigators.
debunking
I'm gonna
the
be
Blackwell
thinking.
ghost that I covered in a previous video. Turns out
I'm
he's
thinking.
a very experienced paranormal debunker, and he's written tons of articles about this stuff. Anyway, this article about the REM pod confirms the hunch that I had that it's quite the unscientific device. The main component is a junior theremin circuit, which is a miniature version of a theremin. The theremin is a musical instrument that a musician controls without physical contact. Basically, it creates an electromagnetic field using 2 antennae, and the theramist moves their hands
Oh, wow.
inside that electromagnetic field to create a capacitor. Capacitance is what happens
Dude,
when
what if that guy just starts like playing my
conductors are in the
songs?
same field, but not touching. Sorry, you probably didn't want to learn.
If I were him, I might eat
I'll
shit.
try to keep the learning to a minimum. So the REM pod is a miniature theremin, meaning the electromagnetic field it produces is much smaller and has a range
So if there's
of
something
about
going
6
over it,
inches.
no matter visible or not, we'll hear the sound change.
So what does it mean when a REM pod lights up?
Oh,
It
lights up.
means that
What?
its tiny electromagnetic field has been disturbed somehow. Think of it as the invisible
there's just, like,
hand
dust?
of an invisible theremin player. The problem, though, is that objects in close proximity aren't the only thing that can set off a REM pod.
Yeah,
Radio
what if there's just,
waves,
like,
for
a dust
example,
on it?
Can activate a REM pod from surprising distances. Here's a demonstration by a YouTuber named Minnesota Ghost Seeker, who activates a REM pod simply with a walkie-talkie.
Watch.
Wait, his walkie-talkie is haunted? How?
Keep walkie-talkies away from the REM pods.
Know what else emits radio waves? Cell phones. Or smartwatches, like the one Colby's wearing in pretty much every clip. All I'm saying is, when you see a REM pod light up, it doesn't necessarily mean that something in close proximity set it off. Especially with all the equipment
All
that
over
Sam
you.
and Colby use, and I'm guessing they didn't put their smart devices into airplane mode or anything like that. There's a lot of potential electromagnetic interference. What's interesting too is that Sam and Colby focus a lot on this one REM pod they place in front of the basement, which seems to constantly be going off when they're around.
Literally, as soon as I touch the front door.
It's like doing an alarm like a police siren.
But their paranormal investigator friends, Josh and Seth, tell a different story.
And it's weird because when we were here without you guys, it didn't go off at all.
I'm sorry, what was that? I didn't quite catch that.
When we were here without you guys, it didn't go off at all.
Oh, there you
Hard
go.
to say for sure because Sam and Colby play really fast and loose with their REM pods. There's no Faraday cages to limit interference or
It's as noisy as them.
having a control group to see what's affecting it and what's not. But the fact that Josh and Seth noted that the REM pod was only going off when Sam and Colby were around makes me think that they probably had something on them that was interfering with it. But don't just take my word for it. Here are some of your favorite ghost hunters, Ryan and Shane, learning this lesson in real time.
This REM pod just started going fucking crazy.
It's because of the walkie-talkie.
That's 'cause we're using the radio.
Yeah.
Oh, does that happen? Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, while I would consider the REM pod to be somewhat unreliable and to be taken with a grain of salt, some of the other devices they use are even less scientific. For example, here's one that Cody and Satori casually introduce as a, quote, static box.
That's a static box? Is that what it's
Yep,
called?
so it detects static anomalies in the air, so it's
Smoke alarm?
proximity of where it's
What if it needs batteries? It just goes
walk
beep.
around that and show my friends how it works. I'd appreciate it. Walk either to the left or to the right. Thank you.
Wow.
If you could get all the way to blue, I'd be very happy. If not, it's okay though.
Walk it all the way around.
Can you get to blue? Thank you so much.
Wow.
I have no idea what this thing is. I couldn't find anything about a static box.
Please no, not the
online,
beeping
and
again.
The description that
Just replace it with your
gives
buy
up
batteries,
on
bro.
about halfway through.
I just
doesn't
noticed your
even
hand.
make any
It's because I'm
sense.
thinking.
Like,
I'm
it
thinking about the
detects
ghost.
Static anomalies, but how? And what are static anomalies? At this point, I'm looking at Sam and Colby like, either of you want to jump in and ask how this mysterious static anomaly device works? No? Whatever happened to all the debunking energy from episode 1?
Wow.
You're capable of thinking,
Story
yes.
tells the
Hmm,
ghost to
I'm
make
thinking.
the lights move in a circle, and they do, but since this is just some mysterious device that they introduced that even Sam and Colby apparently haven't heard of, like, who's to say it's not totally rigged?
True.
Basically, I'm saying the REM pods
Back from
are
studying.
unreliable,
Welcome back,
but
Nameless.
at least they're a known quantity. Meanwhile, anything at all could be in these so-called static boxes. So I'm going to be really quick to write off anything they show with the static box. Another device Sam and Colby use in the woods is called an Alice box.
This will go
Alice
off just
box.
every once in a while and spit out a word just like an ovilus.
I wasn't familiar with the Alice box, so I decided to look it up. There's not
They
a
are just
lot
sold
of
on every toy.
information out there, but according to the website, it
Oh, why am I getting bunked?
well,
I too.
you know, they go to painstaking lengths in this description to not tell you exactly what it does. The one thing I was able to glean about the Alice box was that it comes with a preloaded dictionary of between 2,000 and 5,000 words. And
Hi, Nate.
that's what it pulls from
How you
when
doing?
it spits out a word. And yes, I do have thoughts about that preloaded dictionary. We'll get to it. One last device I saw in the episode is the so-called
Easy me. Thank you for the
music
head.
box,
Yeah.
which detects motion using a laser sensor.
Oh my god.
Something's happening right there, dude. What the fuck?
I don't know, man. It's hard to verify that these devices have any scientific merit at all, considering how readily I saw these guys just accept Cody and Satori's so-called static
Oh,
box
bunking
without even
again.
asking any questions about it.
That was a full circle, just like you asked.
I'm not saying that nothing paranormal is happening at this house, but I am saying that it can't be proven using these devices. And honestly, at this point, I was getting a little bothered by how laissez-faire Sam and Colby seemed to be about using these devices, considering they went to comparatively great lengths testing Cody and Satori's little trick. They've been making paranormal investigation content for years now, so I feel like it's irresponsible of them to not at least acknowledge that the devices may not be accurate, or that there could be non-paranormal reasons for the results that they get. Like, I know it's kind of a vibe killer to stop what you're doing, stare into the camera, and be like, now remember kids, this thing lighting up might not mean anything, because it kind of dampens the whole
Oh, I'm
effect,
sorry, I missed
and
it.
It's way more fun and exciting to just treat every instance like it's a ghost, but I was kind of bothered by it. Anyway, we do get more Cody and Satori content in this episode, and this time, Sam and Colby brought a special guest.
Gotta save the best for first, I guess.
Sam and Colby bring in their friend Amanda, who is a medium.
After the last time, I swore I would never come back here.
I don't want to spend too much time debating whether or not she's actually seeing or communicating with spirits, although I will say there were a couple eyebrow-raising moments with her that we'll get to. They also have a video call with former Conjuring House resident Andrea Perrin, who's mostly here just to hawk
Not
a book.
Amanda. Why, is Amanda
I am
bad?
the author of the true story behind the film The Conjuring.
Although she does mention some
Remember, he's
Conjuring
thinking and he
House
can't
lore
think of
about
more than
7
one thing at a time.
soldiers
I can think
buried
of multiple
somewhere
things
around
at a
the
time.
house.
There are 7 dead soldiers buried in the wall. There are 7 dead soldiers buried in the wall.
Do you believe those soldiers are still here?
I do believe that.
Just
I do believe in
the
fairies.
7 soldiers
I
being
do,
buried around
I
there is a
do.
thing that they've beaten into the ground, quite literally, okay? It's relevant, I promise. So we're finally gonna get some more Cody and Satori content, or as I'll call them moving forward, Kotori. And this time, Sam and Colby's friend Amanda the Medium is here to witness it. Cody asks Amanda if she's sensing anyone.
You picking up on anything?
One is a boy and one is a girl. Is that true? Yeah, good.
Wow.
Satori starts translating for the ghosts, starting with Abigail spelling her name, and then saying that there was a, quote, man outside. It's at this point that Amanda points out she wrote down the word soldier.
She literally has written down soldier.
Soldier right there?
Wow, I wonder how she could have possibly known there were soldiers around. Anyway, Abigail says one of the men outside is named Frank, which Amanda tries to point out that she wrote down the letter R right before Abigail spelled it out. Sorry, I just had to jump in here real quick. Try to erase the name.
I can't believe he missed another one. No, do I keep missing them?
Now
Frack.
I'm trying to think of
I'm really
middle
invested in
name
this.
that starts with F. You probably thought of a name
Frank.
that starts with FR because R is the most common second letter for male names starting with F. Francis, Franklin, Fred, Frodo. Okay,
He's
it's the
thinking too
most
much.
common one. Abigail says Frank's last name starts with Bart, which just so happens to be...
My last name is Bartlett.
Do you know a Frank?
My dad's name is Frank Bartlett.
So you can see what's happening. The
What
ghost
the
claims
heck?
they're Amanda's great-grandfather, Frank Bartlett.
No
Frank
attention
tells
span? What do you
Amanda
mean?
through Abigail that he's watching over Tyler.
That's my brother's name.
Oh my.
Right, so you get it. They're doing the same thing again, just with Amanda this time. Now, last time Amanda was here, last time Sam and Colby were at the Conjuring House 2 years ago, and they referenced this a few times. Something supposedly
Wait, so this is the Conjuring
wrote
House,
her
right? That from the
name in
movie?
some sand that was just one room over.
Amanda and Scotty's name were both etched into the sand.
I was watching this part with my wife, and she pointed out that the handwriting was very modern. So she
Frodo
hopes that they
Baggins.
wouldn't try to say it was somebody
Frodo.
that died a long time ago who wrote it. Well, I have some bad news. So Sam decides to ask who wrote the name in the sand.
Can you
Me.
help us understand
wrote it.
who wrote the name Amanda in the sand?
Abigail starts spelling out the word name, and Amanda immediately says,
That's what I wrote down.
Name?
you wrote down the word name.
Really?
After you're already on the subject of a name being written in the sand. Right. Okay. These guys are starting to give me a migraine. Abigail spells out, he says he saw her, which the group is confused by. Abigail clarifies that he is the soldier, which is a reference to something Amanda saw last time she was here 2 years ago.
Oh my
The soldier that I saw.
That is literally.
You saw the soldier outside.
The soldier.
He saw her.
The soldier was the one that was requesting.
Oh
that
my
Amanda help
gosh.
The soldier like 2 years ago. Well, we just got that through.
Soldier's a stalker!
We didn't actually get confirmation of that.
But I saw the soldier the first time I was here.
So like he's confirming that you guys saw.
We saw each other.
Or he saw you.
Whoa.
Yeah. So that's.
Wow.
I don't know anything about this, so I'm just going to. If you know what that means,
Yes.
good.
It's getting harder and harder to not just dive straight into the dedicated Cody and Satori theory section of the video, but for this one, it's just like, come on, guys. You watched the video. It had like 30 million views, and you work at the place
30
the video was about. Of course you watch.
30 million guys. Next stream, we're going ghost hunting. We're gonna be hunting for some ghosts. That ghost has got nothing on me.
Watched it. There's no reason to pretend like I didn't know about any soldier. I'm just, honestly, this was a weird one to lie about. The soldier ghost goes on to say that he wants to leave, which
Like
basically
Pokemon
wraps
Go?
up his story arc.
What do you
for
mean?
the
Is
series.
Pokemon Go
After that,
ghost?
Colby asks if Abigail can make one of the devices light up. And of course, the mysterious static box is the one that lights up, but only after Cody moves it around first.
Or a pen.
Oh my god.
Why are you moving it
Asked
around, brother?
Abigail if she could tell people what the afterlife is like.
Can you say anything that would tell people what it's like or about?
To which Amanda furiously scribbles into her notepad, and Satori spells out the word good.
Good.
Oh, it's good. You said good.
I did. I wrote that down
my
right
God.
after the question got asked. 'Cause that's what I heard her say.
Oh
What
my
the
god, my
frick?
migraine's back. So again, not interested in debating anything about Amanda's abilities or anything, but it's just the fact that the word good was so obviously going to be the answer to the question, what is the afterlife like? Can you imagine if Abigail had said something and said like,
I choose you, spirit.
agony,
Dude, ghost Pokemon. Don't you?
torture, eternal pain. I would be impressed if Amanda wrote that down. Hey, that's what I wrote. Eternal pain.
They're just playing charades with each other. It's turned into that at this point, I'll be honest.
A question for you guys. Is that mentally exhausting?
Not so much
Physically more.
mentally, yeah.
It's like energy. Like
Yeah.
draining.
I kind of feel it like shin splints in my ankles.
On your
You feel
ankles.
it in your ankles. Can you, Cody?
Wait, is he just popping his ankles? Wait, is he actually just popping his ankles? I feel like that would be obvious, no?
Okay. Okay.
Well, I'm glad that we can excite you by holding hands and making knocking noises.
Holding hands and making knocking noises? Is anyone else hearing this? All right, speed round on the rest of the video. Sam, Colby, and Amanda have a debriefing where they fawn over Katori some more.
Is there any way that is debunkable?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
I mean, we literally don't have time for this. Let's keep going. Sam and Colby decide to set up that fateful REM pod by the basement door before they head off to the woods when something interesting happens.
Let me see if this is recording.
Good to go.
It is.
Yo, that collar just opened and
Oh!
it's going off.
Flew open.
Kill
This
it!
was one of the more interesting bits I saw. Now, I can't help but notice that Sam's conveniently zooming in when it happens, but I'm
Words
gonna
will
give
be
them
their
the benefit of the
downfall.
doubt that this
True.
cabinet
What if they don't
opening
know how to
wasn't
spell, though?
blatantly
Frick.
faked.
Kind of like that teacher.
There's a lot of possible explanations for this cabinet opening like that. The room could be at an incline, for example. It also happens directly after Colby walks right in front of it, so it also could have been a draft from his nearby movement, or his walking compressing the floorboards and slightly nudging the cabinet open. It
Hey,
could
why you
be a
be
lot of
walking,
things.
bruh?
They spend a brief moment considering non-paranormal explanations.
Was it footsteps?
It could have been footsteps for sure.
It wasn't a drag, only because we shut it, and when we shut it, this side clicks shut.
True.
But like with a lot of moments in this 1 hour, 43-minute video, they barely have time to react to one thing before it's On to the next. Next, they go outside and do
It's actually just a
Estes
guy in a
method
green suit.
session, which is where one
It's just a
person
green
holds
screen.
spirit
It's
box
actually
while
me.
blindfolded
It's me.
with noise-canceling headphones on and calls out words they hear.
It was
in
a
the
magic
spirit box,
missile coming
while
out.
The other person asks questions to the spirits. If you don't know how the spirit box works, it's basically just a modified radio that scans radio frequencies and plays random words it hears across multiple frequencies. These words can be anything, but the important thing to know
You're
is
just
that
in the
words
background,
it
yeah.
plays will
I'm actually the
always
grass.
be from a radio broadcast that it picks up.
Y'all see that horror movie where the bad guy
"No
was the
credit,"
grass?
and that would obviously be from a commercial. This is probably going to shock you to hear, but I don't consider the Estes method to be a scientific means to communicate with spirits. In the times
Why
I've
not?
seen it used, there have been clear examples of confirmation bias at hand. Confirmation bias is the tendency that we have to interpret things in a way that confirms our current beliefs. And I noticed that Sam and Colby do this quite a lot. In addition to that, even though they're using noise-canceling headphones, there's always the possibility that they'll hear a word their partner says and repeat it. For example,
This device he's holding, you should be able to communicate through.
Holding.
Oh my god.
now he may have legitimately heard the word holding through the radio, but look at how close Amanda is sitting. He could have definitely just heard her say the word holding just now and repeat it. This particular instance isn't a big deal or anything.
Would
but
Silas
it's just
survive
an
in the Conjuring
example
house?
of why
Yes.
I don't think this is a sound method. Now, I'm not going to sit here and pick apart the
Why would I not
entire
survive?
Estes session because, frankly, we got bigger fish to fry. But there was one part I thought was funny. I got to show it to you. Here it is.
Can you tell us how many of you are here?
Abigail, are there things out here that could be dangerous?
Because the ghosts.
Oh
my god, she just wrote
But like, the ghosts are just gonna walk on me.
Number 7, did you?
There are 7 dead soldiers buried in
Dude,
the
if the
wall.
ghost walk
There
on
are
my
7
back,
dead soldiers
hey yo,
buried in the
full
wall.
body massage from the
Where did you
ghost.
get that number from? I feel like I'm picking on Amanda a lot, but my overall problem isn't with her personally, it's with the standard of proof that they're setting. When they celebrate every single match or connection they make, it makes the actually big moments feel less special. It's also like sensory overload.
Silas can make friends with the ghosties.
There's
Yes.
way too many
It's because I'm taking all their
moments where they're like,
souls.
"Hey, the thing lit up," and not enough moments where they stop and analyze something. It's like, I want to know about that cabinet that opened because I feel like there's a rational explanation for it. But instead, we just breeze past it onto the next thing. The rest of the video continues at the same frenetic pace, so I'll just show some highlights. They use the Alice box in the woods, and it spits out a few words.
It's giving the
Solid,
ghost sensory
divided,
overload.
Attack.
Don't worry, they got like
day,
ghost ear
single,
headphones.
stock, bad feeling,
Silas would be the ultimate lead.
alphabet, candle.
I miss Ghost Hunting series. True. You never see this. You never see this now.
The power of suggestion and confirmation bias and how Sam, Colby, and Amanda interpret these words, but I just want to point out that these words are all coming from a preloaded dictionary on the Alice box, like I said earlier. I don't know what the full dictionary looks like, but I noticed there was a pattern of what I would call horror words. For example, in the second half of their woods experience, they hear stock, bad feeling, gauze, alphabet, and
Gauze.
candle all in a row. I thought bad feeling was a weird one to have in the preloaded dictionary, considering it's a phrase and not a word, but it's not so weird
Whoa.
if you think about the Alice Box's dictionary as being full of words specifically
Those can
picked
sometimes go off on
for
their
ghost
own.
hunting
Nah.
situations.
You
Gauze
think
was
you
probably
think they
picked
go off on their own, but
because
it's the
a way to address
ghost.
wounds, and if you're ghost
Silver.
hunting,
It's the ghost.
a wound on a dead person
It's actually
is
Robert.
something
It's
that's rare.
Robert's ghost.
Alphabet was picked because ghost hunters usually have Ouija
Because we
boards
looked at 'em.
nearby, and candle was picked because ghost
Nuh-uh.
hunters often use
Yeah,
candles. Sam and Colby didn't use the Alice box long enough for me to pick up a meaningful pattern, but still, out of just 13 words they showed on camera,
It's in alphabetical
there was enough of
order.
a pattern there of words that were clearly handpicked to fit with a ghost hunting narrative that I thought it was worth mentioning. I mean, you're not going to hear the Alice box spit out words like Final Fantasy or onomatopoeia or
Why not?
something like that. It's going to be words
Is the ghost
like
Alice Box stupid?
or abandoned or linger or other words like that that are going to be far more likely to trick the listener into thinking that they're relevant. Just saying, it's absolutely not a scientific device in any way whatsoever, if that's something that matters to you, which I think it
The
should.
ghost probably just like talking
After Amanda
alphabetically.
leaves, Sam and Colby meet up with their YouTube friends Josh and Seth.
Ghost has
I don't spend
OCD.
too much time on this part. They wander around the property at night, doing things like dance around the witch Bathsheba's grave.
Bathsheba Sherman was not a witch.
Oh, okay, my bad. They were doing things like dancing around a random person's grave.
There you go.
And the usual freaking out over REM pods.
Yeah, walk in front of that just to test it.
This part lasts about 40 minutes, and honestly, there's only a couple moments I found interesting. First is this one of a door opening by itself.
Those poor ghosts. It's okay if they're poor ghosts. They don't need to live in a house. Wait. Do ghosts need to be rich?
Ooh, spooky. Now, the reason I want to talk about this moment is
Do you
not
need to be
because
rich to
it's
be a
particularly
ghost with a mansion?
noteworthy, but
Yes, I'm
because
fine.
it's
Welcome
one of the
home,
only
Yuki.
instances in the series where you can
The only proper proof I've had is voices and movement, but then I always try to debunk it. Like sometimes I hear footsteps are dragging above me, but the roof is above me, so it could be an animal. Or, Sophie, hear me out. Schizo.
see something actually physically happen. There's a lot of reasons why a door might appear
What do we think,
to
Sophie?
open on its own.
If you say no,
uneven
that just proves me
pressure
right.
caused by
If you
an
say
open
yes, then you
window
agree with me.
Somewhere else in the house. Problem with the hinges. There's a draft present. Maybe it wasn't closed or latched all the way,
I'm kidding, Sophie.
etc. But none of these potential
I'm
explanations
sure you're not
are
schizo.
explored. Instead, behold, their full investigation.
This door is completely open.
No, it's fucking not.
What would it do for them? They can't really spend it. How else would they buy Ghost House?
We gotta see the video.
Let's watch
No
it.
way that door just opened by itself.
There's no fucking way.
Let's go watch this.
I closed it for sure.
Scrooge McDuck would be the richest ghost.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Wait. What if there's like hydraulics on the doors? And they just tell them to open. I'm just awesome, not schizo. Yeah. If you're awesome, you hear random stuff on the roof. That is crazy. Oh my gosh. Must have been the wind.
True.
And that's it. Not gonna check the door at all.
Yeah.
Once again, I know it's a vibe killer to like walk over to the door and start opening it and shutting it over and over like a caveman. Like, well, how did it open? But the fact that they don't show any investigation into it makes me take them a lot less seriously when they claim other times that they
I could also just
found
make sure you pass in a mansion.
paranormal evidence. So that was the first thing I wanted to show.
Me? You want me
And
to pass in a
the second
mansion?
one is something that happens to Josh while he and Seth are investigating by themselves.
Can you tell us your name?
It's George. I mean Robert.
Whoa, what was that? Someone just touched my arm.
Josh claims that something touched his arm, and from the replay, it looks like his sleeve moved on its own. Considering we've seen
It's the
cabinets
wind.
and doors open on their own in the footage, I think it's fair to say this is an
Wind.
extremely drafty house. You know,
Yeah.
you're looking at the spirit box, you're listening intently, you're in total darkness, you're already a little freaked out, and then some air moves by your arm, right? I can only speak for me personally, but I've lost count of the number of times I've sat at this desk and thought for sure that there was like a spider or a bug on my leg, and I've looked down and there's been nothing. The only explanation I can think of for that is that the circulation of air under the desk was such that it brushed my leg hair just enough to give the illusion that something had touched me. And it's confusing when that happens, but unless you're going to tell me that there's been a ghost under my desk pranking me every few months
He's
of
got
my
vent.
entire
Yeah.
life, I'm going to
Not anymore.
this
I'm wearing
one
the
up to a
hoodie K bought me.
non-paranormal
No ventilation holes.
Oh, you can fucking see it.
You can see it. Wait, do it again. Do it again.
Just heard a tap.
Oh my god.
Once again, there's not really any debate or consideration given to
It's just a whole old house.
non-paranormal explanations. It's just
Very
accepted by
drafty.
the group that this was a ghost, which is starting to get frustrating for me. We've reached the end of episode 2 now, and my episode 1 impression of Sam and Colby has changed a bit. Their reaction to Kotori and their immediate interest in at least trying to debunk it was something I found admirable. Granted, I think they didn't do a good enough job debunking it for reasons we'll get into later, but I like that they seemed to have an interest in what was true and what was not. But after watching episode 2 and all the hokey devices they were using and just taking at face value, all the times they were impressed by things like Amanda writing the word 7, or all the time
The house looks so cold.
Investigate something like the door or the cabinet opening.
True.
It all just flew in the face of how they were.
Does this still count as a house?
For me, I don't think that Sam and
Like
Colby
legally?
are necessarily,
Or is it like a
faking
museum?
anything, but they're also not taking any steps to give their investigations any scientific grounding of any kind, which is almost as bad. It's not a malicious deception, but it's still a negligent deception. I'm gonna
Where's
take
that house
episode
again?
2
I think it's in the
more like
US.
how they usually are in these episodes, and how they were in episode 1 was very unusual. We're about 2.5 hours into this thing now, and the most interesting thing that has happened by far has been
I've decided I'm
the
going there too, the
Kotori
US.
magic trick. Now, as much fun as it would be to spend the next hour of the video commenting on every little REM pod that lights up, or
The drama
every
with
door
Seth
that
too,
opens,
Josh being
I would
alone is
much
weird.
rather talk about Cody and Satori. So
Who
we're
is
gonna do a
Josh?
super speed
From Drake and
round for the
Josh?
next 2 episodes.
Josh? The house? The ghost walk in North Carolina is spookier.
But I still got the attitude.
Wait, can North Carolina be spooky though? Be honest. Let's say we're in North Carolina at nighttime. You're hunting for ghosts, but you're just sweating you're just sweating every second, every hour. Like Jin Cook. Like Jin Cook's song, you're just sweating, bro. And then it's just sticking to you. Would you still feel creeped out?
Sam and Colby brought their famous
It's Bella. Bella.
influencer friends, Lorraine and Bella.
I've never been to the
They goof
US.
off for a while,
Sophie, you should
messing with
try coming here.
lights, pretending to go into dark rooms. And
There's a lot of
freaking
haunted places in the
themselves out
US.
basement.
Hi y'all, I'm back from sleep. Good morning, Cobra. Good morning. Join us in our hunting,
The main
ghost hunting.
attraction, once again, Cody and Satori. Kotori introduced themselves to Larry and Bella, and Colby issues
I've been
an
all over
open
the US.
invitation to them.
Feel free to try
I've been to one place in the US, my
Do you guys
house.
honestly think we're gonna get any debunking? Because
I don't go outside.
But Colby's an optimist. I like that. You know, I wish
I live in the South
had
now.
the same optimism for Larry and Bella. to
Florida, on the other
solve
hand, the
mystery.
most scary
They
shit
do the
about
same
Florida is
routine they
the
did
heat and
before,
humidity.
Much to Larry and Bella's amazement.
Thank you so much.
I'm finally go home from school.
Surprise,
Nice.
surprise. They're talking to Abigail again.
You can chill out
Abigail
here.
spells Bella's name and says
Bella.
she touched her on the leg.
Bella.
Then Abigail moves right on to Larry and says their family was watched over.
Wait,
while their
Larry?
dad was
Like SpongeBob's wife? I mean, Pat? Larry? Oh, wait, no, that's Gary.
No, that's crazy. Yeah, my dad wasn't doing. He was just in jail. He just got out recently.
The next part, Sam and Colby claim cannot be shared publicly.
There's a bomb on our
but
church
judging
near
from
it.
the reaction, it
Oh my
was
gosh.
something related to Sam.
Is it disabled?
Kotori asks Abigail if she has a message for all the people watching.
Across the street from my
and
childhood home
she
that was
spells
still
out the
standing from a
phrase,
house fire that
"We
happened
are
about 10 to
okay."
20 years before
Sam
I
and
was
Colby
born.
start asking questions about the
When I
afterlife.
walked by it, I swear I
and they
could
get
see a black
one-word
shadow-like figure in the
answers
upstairs
like
window.
light, good, and real, which gets
Yuki, you could see a shadowy figure. You know who it was?
a big reaction.
It was Sam and Colby.
That's so beautiful.
Both of them.
I don't know why they had such a big reaction to this part. Like, isn't the existence of the afterlife just sort of assumed based on the fact that you're having a conversation with a person who died over a century ago?
I went to a haunted house,
Kotori
haunted
transcribed
lighthouse
one
in
last
St.
word from Abigail,
Augustine.
which is love. And finally, after the last 2 sessions where Kotori practically begged someone to do it,
Does somebody want to stand between us? Because if you stand between us, it can still work as long as we're on either side of you. We've had people go in the middle, and if we're on either side, it still works.
Larry offers
I've
to
only
go
went
in
on a
between them
haunted
to
prison tour when I was
experience
younger.
their
Haunted prison? For the bad ghost? For like the criminal ghost?
method. And then, in a surprising move, Larry
I've gone to that
moves in
lighthouse. I know what you
debunk
mean,
their
Silver.
whole operation.
Haunted
I have no
lighthouse.
questions. I'm not going to question anything, but that was just beautiful.
Guess it's just not quite the debunking vibe with this group, huh?
There you go.
Feel free to try to debunk this as hard as you can.
Sam and Colby have a heart-to-heart about how beautiful the experience was.
There was a guillotine.
Love you guys. Love you guys so much. That's why we do it.
before we're back to freaking out at random sounds in the forest.
Kagome.
Come on, guys. You're in the woods. There's wild animals out there. Squirrels.
I swear I saw something in the woods.
Raccoons, deer.
I think it was like an animal.
They pull out the Alice box and it starts spitting out words. Knife, violent, land, spell, levitation, cycle, alignment, and fight.
Dude, it's all like malicious words.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly right. Colby, you're so close to realizing how the Alice box works. Unfortunately, he attributes the
I'm a scaredy
violent
cat.
word
I couldn't even make it to the
choices
top. It's so
as an
tall.
indicator that they're in danger,
You're scared of heights,
rather than
Silver?
attributing it to the device's preloaded dictionary being designed to
The idea of skinwalkers really unsettle me. Let's look at them right now. You're welcome. Why am I getting bonked, Reaver? Oh wow, look at that. Oh wow. Oh wow.
have a higher ratio of violent words. This is actually exactly what I'm talking about when I say there's a
No,
lot
stop it,
of
Reaper.
confirmation bias happening in these sequences. The guys go down to the basement again to do another.
There's no such thing as confirmation bias. I'm never biased.
Sex.
Wait, what?
True.
And that's the end of episode 3. There's a lot of other small moments that
Thank you for
I'd
the
love
head
to
pat,
comment
Silver.
on, but we'd be here all day. For example, okay, there's this one part where their light goes out in the woods and the Alice box says the word dog.
Dog.
Dog? There's a dog?
And then they're like,
A
there's dogs
dog.
all around us, dude. Even though they don't see any dogs, they don't hear any
What if
dogs.
it's
they're
Doug?
like, we're surrounded by dogs.
D-U-G.
And then next thing
Like
you
a
know,
digging.
they cut back to them at the house, and it's just frustrating.
Smells like up dog up in here. Imagine the Alice box just says that. Smells like up dog. Smells like up dog.
I wish I could comment on every little moment like this that annoyed me, but moments like this tell me that Sam and Colby are a lot more interested in making the videos as entertaining as possible than they do about portraying anything factual. What dogs, bro? The non-existent pack
What
of
dogs?
wild dogs scenario is a great microcosm of my overall problem with the series, which is that it doesn't question anything. Which is ironic considering that in the intro for episode 1,
Smells like
which is
up
the
dog
very first
in
thing
here.
that you see when you fire up the series, is these words. Question everything you believe, but like you
Thank you,
guys
Yuki.
aren't even
Yummy.
doing that. I want to take this series seriously, but I can't because no one's doing their rational due diligence along the way. Anyway,
I'll
time
do
for
my
episode
rational
4,
due
which is
diligence.
titled The Exorcism. Listen, I'm trying to hide it, okay? It's called The Exorcism.
The
And
egg?
I'm genuinely starting
My
to
heart's
wonder at
racing
this
right now,
point
lol.
if
Why?
Sam
Don't
or
let your heart
Colby are
race.
going to pretend to be possessed.
Is it too scary, Carol? Too scary for you?
But the fact that I don't consider it out of the realm of possibility is kind of a red flag. If I had to guess what will happen with this exorcism, I'm gonna guess that
Give me the
it's
finger
probably
back,
some
please.
sort of
No, it is
cautionary
mine.
exorcism,
It is mine.
like a historical reenactment or something like that. It's not gonna be some cartoonish horror movie exorcism where they're like convulsing or whatever. I hope not.
They just.
at least.
Oh no. You just see them convulsing on the floor, bro. Like, what do you do? Call the ambulance?
For episode 4 are Sam and Colby's friends George and Nikki. They're given a tour of the house, most of which is Sam and Colby rehashing the events of the past few days, and Nikki periodically
There's a
saying she
demon
feels
inside me.
lightheaded
Call
or
the
something
ambulance.
Like that.
I also already feel lightheaded.
Have them take out the
There's
demon.
this whole segment where they video call their friend
Wait, call me Chris.
tells
I feel like
them
I know her.
about a dream she had of them staying in a creepy house. I don't
No,
know about you
Riri,
guys,
no.
but someone
My
randomly
chic.
calling me up and telling me a
My
never-ending
chic,
story
no.
about a dream that they had is
Let go.
my personal hell. I don't know what that says about me, but yeah, this was the scariest part of the video for me. Next, they build a Faraday cage.
Wait, so she called them for an hour telling them about her story?
electromagnetic
That's crazy.
interference so they can have more reliable information from their devices like the REM pod and everything, which is great, except then all 4 of them go inside it with their smartphones in their pockets.
2.
They end up splitting up into pairs to investigate, although that doesn't
Isn't this
last
guy the
very long
Minecraft player?
before they reunite for the picture game ritual,
Hopefully we can get a little picture of a friend.
where they sit around
I
in
feel
a
bad
red
for the
room
ghost if there
and
are.
take pictures
That
of
they are
themselves holding a
bother for
mirror.
content. Imagine being a ghost. Imagine being a ghost and minding your own stuff, then a group of nosy folk bothers you. Don't worry. I mean, if every person on Earth, right, has died and became ghost, I'm sure overpopulation is probably their problem.
They don't capture
Like, where do
anything
they
in
all fit?
photos, but they don't let a little thing like that stop them.
Oh no.
That's on me.
What the fuck?
Now, maybe it's just because I'm older, but I remember using Polaroid cameras like this when I was younger, and this sort of blurry light effect wasn't uncommon. It's more likely to happen if either the photographer
No, it's the ghost. They're photobombing
or
Sam.
the subject are moving when the picture's taken, even slightly. And especially in low light environments like what they were in, the flash can go a little out of control like that. To me, this is another nothing burger. They
That's
do
the
another
best
Estes
burger.
session, except this time Nikki and Colby are both doing it.
What if we're the ghost to the ghost? The ghost would be bored then, bruh. If I were the ghost and like if ghosts were seeing me as ghosts, they'd be like, dude, why does this guy just sit there for 12 hours every day?
After seeing them do these Estes sessions so many times, I noticed that the way they approach these sessions are the same way someone might approach an improv comedy group. One of the major foundational tenets of improvisational comedy is called yes and. And the idea is that whatever your partner or group improvises, your response to it should be yes,
And?
which is you readily accepting whatever scenario they're building or whatever storyline they're furthering. And the next thing you should say is and, which is you trying to build upon what they've created. Now, this is a great method for creating entertainment, like an improv comedy show or a YouTube video, where the main objective is to avoid dead air or a bit that goes nowhere. But it's not a great
He just said but. What the frick?
dead air or a bit that goes nowhere. But
Why is he thinking about butts? What the frick?
it's not a great method for scientific accuracy and authenticity.
He just pulled that out of nowhere, out of his butt.
Statements and theories to be questioned.
Light.
We do have a
Careful.
We captured a photo.
Really good.
A really good photo.
Wait, why are they talking weird? Her and the other guy. Why is she talking weird and the guy's talking weird? He talks weird and she talks weird.
Inside?
Tapestry?
Tapestry. Colby does have a tapestry over his eyes. It's
They're
called
talking like this. Hello. I'm from England.
So have I beaten this dead horse enough yet? Maybe we can get Cody and Satori to contact
The
dead
ghosty
horse
word
first.
thing, really?
Anyway, then George and Nikki go home. Colby challenges Sam to sleep
They
in the
talk weird.
basement overnight.
They pronounce
which
words
is
weird.
Roughly 20 minutes of straight up nothing
Sophie.
burger. Seriously, I'm not exaggerating. This section is 20 minutes long. The length of a half-hour TV show, minus the commercials. Maybe it's because we're a full 5 hours into this series at this point, but I kept wondering why they left all this footage in. Probably the most exciting thing that happens is at one point, their walkie-talkies stop working.
Colby,
They forgot to charge it.
If you're trying to talk back to me, I cannot hear anything.
Okay.
The rest of it is just Sam groping around in the dark and freaking himself out.
Is that it? You got it. I'm scared. Are we good?
Why is he scared? Isn't it his parents that they're a ghost? Or not parents, grandparents?
Guys, what the fuck?
Don't worry, guys. Sam survived.
Sit in a dark room alone in a wait, I'll say it in your accent. Sit in a dark room alone in a place you believe is haunted. A demon in the basement.
The night.
No.
Were you down here?
They review the walkie-talkie situation and find themselves
I am so sorry.
stumped.
I will never do that ever again.
Would you have your walkie-talkie?
I am so sorry, Sophie.
It's on.
Same with mine. Always on one. Hello, hello, hello.
See, that worked this way.
Pretty impressive, so I'm proud of you.
Didn't
Thank
hear
you.
anything. See, it's not going through.
It's actually my OG accent.
How is that possible?
Technology fails sometimes, man. That's how it's possible. Walkie-talkies have problems, just like any other technology.
No, they don't.
And for a transmission problem
That
like
atmosphere,
that, it could be
though?
anything from the push-to-talk
True.
button malfunctioning to the
Try
walkie-talkie being
Scottish
stuck
next
in
time.
the wrong mode to it simply running out of battery.
Black flag.
But in any case, asking the question,
I don't know how to talk Scottish.
how is that possible, lends itself to a lot of
What do
different
they even
answers
sound like?
if you just look. And I decided to look. I don't know why this part got to me so bad. Maybe it's because they were being so dramatic
Get me,
about
thank you,
it,
Si.
or maybe I was still salty about the dogs.
Not
but
again.
The walkie-talkies not
Snacky
working
time.
being framed
Would you get a
as
snack?
Paranormal interference.
Wait, did you get snacks, Io? Or
annoyed
did
me
you just
so
give me your
much
finger for
that
snack?
It motivated me to do
Was it
a
still
little
yummy?
investigation of my own, and I'm happy to say that I solved the mystery remotely. The walkie-talkies they're using are the Motorola T800s. The great thing about products from major companies like this is that you can just Google the manuals if you want to read them. So
They
here's
turned
the
it
manual
off.
for the walkie-talkies they were using.
Man, that's a lot of words.
Under the section titled Talking
Too bad I'm
and
not
Listening,
reading them.
you'll notice it says that
I
when
ain't
you press
reading
the
all that,
push-to-talk
bro.
button, the screen displays TX and blinks the two-way icon when it's transmitting. When it's receiving, the two-way icon blinks and the screen displays RX. And if you're wondering where these icons are on the screen, they've got a diagram for that too. You're looking for these icons right here. Now watch the screen on Sam's walkie when Colby talks to him.
I've been trying to contact you for the past 10 minutes.
Okay, now watch it when Sam tries to talk to Colby.
Hello? One more time, Colby. Are you there?
I can't see.
Colby, was that you? Are you fucking with me right now?
You'll notice that when Colby's transmitting to Sam, the two-way icon blinks like it should, and the RX icon is on screen. But
Okay.
when Sam tries to transmit to Colby, the two-way icon doesn't blink, and the TX icon never appears. This is important because it means that Sam's walkie isn't transmitting at all. So it's not like it's transmitting but being blocked by
It's just like a baby monitor then.
something, for example. More importantly, in the upper right corner of the screen where it shows the battery level, it shows that Sam's battery level is depleted. His walkie even turns off from lack of battery at one point.
I truly do not understand why you can't hear this.
He doesn't get that things can run out of batteries,
No
bro.
fucking way. Wait, hello, can you hear me?
This walkie-talkie is struggling.
I don't understand why you can't hear this.
Colby's battery, on the other hand, is still at 2 bars. You may not know this about walkie-talkies, but if they have low battery, they'll go into receive-only mode and be unable to transmit. So Colby was able to transmit because he still had
It's
battery.
fighting for its life.
Sam
Next
couldn't
thing you know, dude, the next thing is gonna be like a ghost walkie-talkie that's haunting them.
because he didn't. So yeah, Sam's walkie-talkie
When this walkie-talkie
just ran
dies,
out of
bro.
battery. The non-paranormal explanation is always so boring.
They use the
You
same
may be wondering
walkie-talkie
why
every video.
Sam's battery was so much lower than Colby's, especially since throughout this series they've made it into a major plot point that the batteries of their equipment are inexplicably running out.
It's just out of battery, dead. Dude, this is a new thing just for this Estes method. This is a new light. Remember, the last one died.
So that just drained all of our batteries.
They attribute this to the batteries being paranormally drained.
That's how the ghosts get their energy from batteries.
It's broken.
I don't know if the bed
But no, in fact, ghosts actually plug themselves in
So
to
does
haunt
that mean
people.
that Sam's batteries were drained by the ghosts? How else do you explain the
If your electricity bill is getting like
Well, I think
suspiciously
there's a
high,
non-paranormal
ghost.
explanation for this one too. Let's go back to the manual. It shows that on the left side of the walkies there are 2 push-to-talk buttons. The top one is high, the bottom one is low. The manual explains that it takes more battery power to use the top button than the bottom one. Now watch which button Sam is using when he uses push-to-talk.
Hello? One more time, Colby. Are you there?
It looks like he's pretty clearly holding the high power push to talk button. Now let's see if we can tell which button Colby's been using.
Sam, can you hear me?
It's hard to tell because he's usually holding it in a way that blocks our view, but right here it looks like his thumb is resting on the low power button. There are other shots where it looks like he alternated with using the high power button too, so I can't be sure, but to me this would easily explain
They
why
really do
Sam
build
ran out of
attention with
battery
music, and that works for
Colby
me.
did not.
That's the goal, man. That's how it has 30 million views.
That's why it wasn't transmitting. Case closed. I consider this my revenge for the pack of invisible wild dogs incident. I couldn't prove that there were no dogs out there, but I could prove this one. It feels good to actually stop and take the time to figure one of these out. Sam and Colby just breeze through so many little things in this
Stretching, I'm
series that
stretching.
it's very cathartic for me
Stretch time.
to put my foot down and be like, no, we're looking into this one. We're figuring out details. It was a pretty easy one too. Like, I know that these guys are exhausted and running on very little sleep, but checking for low battery should have been like step one. Sorry in advance for continuing to beat the dead horse, but for me, the fact that their response to this scenario was like, how is it possible? Just makes me trust them a lot less.
Thank you for the
in
headbets,
the earlier scenarios where they're perplexed by a
Thank you for
device
feeding
not
me yesterday
working the
and
way
today,
that
Sam.
they expected to, you know.
I ate half of it
Because
yesterday
there
and then
probably was
the other
a
half
very
today.
simple
It was yummy.
explanation for it, just like the one I gave for the walkie-talkies. They just don't properly investigate or
Still thinking about them getting
consider
dogs out for
non-paranormal
proof.
explanations.
They should, man.
Anyway.
I still want to know, where are the footsteps coming from? It's got to be from their dogs. Every footstep, they're just popping their dogs.
Time for the final night.
And I thought it was me using the air conditioner during the summer.
Sam
Glad to know it was a
completed
ghost all
Colby's
along.
basement challenge.
It was a ghost.
So Sam challenges Colby to go out to some creepy bridge
Thank
by
you, Ruby.
himself.
Cody and Satori and Madison all said that the scariest part of the woods in general is just over the bridge.
They also have a priestess
Ashley.
come out and give Sam and Colby a tarot card reading. She
Okay.
then makes a homemade Ouija board, and even though Sam and Colby have apparently sworn not to do Ouija boards, she ensures they'll be safe. If you're wondering why they've sworn not to do Ouija boards, Sam clarifies why.
Ouija boards in general don't really work.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. I laughed. They got me good with that one. Maybe there's more to it, but it sounds like they're saying
How do they even find
that
these
Ouija
people?
boards are unscientific
When it's in the community.
devices.
If Sam and Colby does
I don't know what
a lot of
makes
horror
them
stuff,
any less
I'm sure they
reliable
attract a
than
lot of
any
these
the
people.
other unreliable
Where like they
devices
can
they've been
communicate,
using,
like
but,
ghost
you know,
sensitive
at least
people.
there's some standards of proof that we agree on, I guess. They do a Ouija board session talking to one of the soldier guys who tells them there's a non-human entity hanging out by the bridge, and also has an emotional conversation with the boys.
Why are they outside?
You would want to tell a lot of people about the afterlife or about you.
An L or an M?
Yeah. Oh, so say, I bet it's gonna be love again.
No way.
Wait, who's moving it? Who's moving it, man?
Oh, that's fucking awesome, dude. That's like the same thing that Abigail was saying.
Love.
Sam and Colby debrief and insist neither of
Uh-huh.
them were moving the planchette.
What sucks is I genuinely understand that no one will believe that, because Ouija boards in general, and we've even talked about this, that like Ouija boards in general don't really work.
It's intuition, but this was like not us.
I mean,
Uh-huh.
if you say so. I'm not going to fight them on it, but after everything that's happened, I just don't find them to be reliable narrators at this point. And it's not that I think they're lying. I think they genuinely believe everything they're saying. But it just seems like it's been pretty easy to get them.
Be
to
gone,
that
spirit,
belief.
unless you pay my bills.
Anyway, weren't we promised an
See, that's why you need to be. You
There's
need to have
only
a rich
13
ghost.
minutes left. How are they going to do this? Colby goes out to the bridge by himself, while Sam stays behind at the house to do another Estes session. My favorite. Colby and Sam both put their blindfolds on, and from my perspective, they basically just start panicking and saying random words for like 5 straight minutes.
Okay.
Faster. Murderer.
Run!
Where are you?
At one point, Colby takes his blindfold off and then starts running.
It sounded like something was running after me, like approaching quickly, like an animal out of the, like running from the brush or something.
Like what kind of animal? Like a dog? Were you surrounded by dogs? Sorry. I guess I'm still kind of salty about that
This
one.
would be so
Colby gets
funny,
back to
bro.
the house and pulls Sam out of the Estes session, and I guess they just kind of decide they're done. We've only got 3 minutes left.
I should
in the
just start
video
running at
when
him on
this
all
title
fours. Dude, I
card
bet I
comes
look
up.
like a skinwalker to them.
All right.
Why is he
finally,
wearing
the
pajamas?
exorcism we've been waiting for.
'Cause
With
it's
only
EP
3
time
minutes
for
to
him.
spare. The priestess earlier that helped them with the Ouija board sets up some circles outside, and I guess they're just making sure that when they leave, nothing leaves with them. So it's a precautionary exorcism, just like I predicted earlier. There's one last montage of clips
Your
of the
fashion.
house, and the guys talk about love with emotional music in the background.
You need to live this life to the fullest and love others as much as you possibly can.
And they leave us by telling us that the answer has always been love.
Imagine walking outside and seeing that. That's what I was thinking of. That's why I was laughing so hard. I was like, dude,
Want to give us
imagine
hope. It's a nice sentiment.
just being a
and
random
it's one that
person,
we
and then you
heard
just see
directly
this
from
guy
Abigail
tweaking
Arnold
out.
earlier when Sam asked about
And then you start sprinting the
Is
other
there
way.
any specific goal and/or
That lady was a priest. No, that lady was a, well, this is what they called her, a priestess, someone who talks to ghosts, a priestess.
That's amazing, guys. Fucking love it.
I love that. It's always the answer.
Yeah, it's all about spreading positivity and hope, which is why it's so disappointing that Cody and Satori are just spreading lies. So, after watching over 6 hours
Lies.
of Sam and Colby's paranormal investigations, I think it's fair to say that the most interesting bit by far was Cody and Satori's method. They're able to instantly, consistently, and accurately make contact with spirits, not just in the Conjuring
It's 'cause they're
house,
holding hands.
but also anywhere else they go. When they make contact, the spirits communicate with them through a persistent knocking noise that seems to travel around
Priestess
the room
wears that kind of
and
outfit
even
for
make
exorcism,
physical
I
vibrations
guess.
that people
The only
nearby
priestess
can
I know
feel.
are Japanese.
Additionally, the spirits are able to
They're
identify
foxes.
themselves and
Con-
others by names that it seems only family members would
And
be
they have
privy
pink
to.
hair.
Even if you believe that they're legit or you're giving them the benefit of the doubt, you have
Tapping
to admit
footsies,
that the
footies and
consistency
ankles.
and accuracy of their
It's their
readings
dogs, I'm
is
telling you. Show us your
unprecedented
dogs. Show
and
us
a
your
little too good to be
dogs
true,
for free.
True. But if they are faking it, how are they doing it? Well, let's narrow
Yeah,
down
Miko
the
makes an appearance,
possibilities,
yes.
starting with the knocking noise. Your first instinct might be that the house is rigged or that they have devices in the floorboards that make the knocking noise. The problem with that is that they're also able to make the knocking noise happen outside the house.
Can you make TTS less than 2k souls points, please?
What
No.
that means is that whatever's used to make the knocking noise has to be on their person. But where? Your first guess would probably be their shoes. But remember how Sam and Colby made them change their shoes?
There's nothing in their shoes, everybody.
Cody and Satori are
It's in their
constantly
socks.
pointing out that there's nothing in their shoes. They act like they're very open and transparent when it comes to shoe-based skepticisms.
And just for reference, nothing built into our sneakers.
And if you guys want to see any, like, their shoes or anything, or any way to, like, debunk things.
These are my socks, okay? There's nothing attached to my foot.
And yet, watch what happens in the uncut version of the footage when Colby asks them to do the routine without shoes on at all.
First thing, can they take off shoes? Is that okay?
You'll ask on that one? Okay.
Wait, what? They're asking the ghost if the two people can take off their shoes. What, are the ghosts afraid of the dogs? What?
Check the rule book, okay?
Who are you asking?
All of a sudden,
Who are you
they're not so
asking,
open
bro?
and transparent anymore. And actually, for the next half hour that Cody and Satori are in the dance studio after this question is asked, their body language completely changes. Look at Cody's reaction here.
Look, it's like me, bro. He looks like me. Let me think about this. I'm seeing now. Oh,
Suddenly,
man.
Cody's constantly touching his face and looking around nervously. A change in
Oops, sorry. I turned off the audio real quick.
which makes me think Sam and Colby got a little too close to the truth here.
Too close. Okay. Alright.
It was the ghost that turned off the audio.
So okay,
It was the
only
ghost.
thing that Cody and Satori
Oh my
have been
gosh.
even remotely hesitant to do is take their shoes off.
The ghost said, nah,
It
keep
seems
them,
to
put them on.
suggest that whatever's happening is happening
Silver, what happened?
inside their socks. Otherwise,
Did you
why
get scared?
would they dodge the question here? They acted so open earlier about the possibility of something being in their shoes, to the point where they would repeatedly dangle their legs out into the air, as if to say there's nothing in there for sure,
So why not go all the way with it? A rational conclusion is that it's because they're hiding something in there. Remember in episode 2 when Cody said after they do their sessions he, quote, feels it in his ankles?
I kind of feel like
I thought my earbuds hijacked my phone
There's
again.
a small moment in the park where Satori's having trouble detecting the knocks.
It's
until
the
she
ghost
makes
Silver. It wasn't
one
me.
key adjustment.
Telling you.
A.
Teach?
What?
Your teacher?
It's a little thing, but she touches her shoe to Cody's shoe. Like she's trying to feel the vibrations he's making so she has a better idea of when the knocks are. It just seems like...
Oh. Oh. Because even she couldn't hear. So he was like, wait, let me just let me just touch your foot, bro. I know you're making the noise. So I can know.
All signs point to the feet. That's not just my opinion. That's exactly what professional debunker Dustin Dean Mentalist thinks too. He says they're using a device called a solenoid.
So I'm going to show you exactly what I think he used, and it's something called a
A device?
A solenoid is a device that you can plant anywhere. You can hide this on yourself. You can hide this under the floorboards. You can hide this.
Wait, so that thing's just hitting his feet?
Walls. You trigger this with a toe switch, and it makes a knocking noise. Let me show you. Okay, I'm gonna leave that here. I'm gonna stand way back here. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. No one else in the room with me. It's just me and my dogs. I'm gonna leave my hands up here. We're gonna have my feet, everything, so you can see I'm not doing anything.
Okay.
If there's a spirit here, please give me 1 knock for yes, 2 knocks for no. Okay, well that's a little bit confusing. That was 2 knocks. I'm not sure what to think. Okay, here's how I did it. In my sock.
But they're going everywhere. Am I crazy?
To a power source, excuse my feet, we have a toe switch.
Yo, for free?
This toe switch activates that knocking noise, which I put in this wooden plank to simulate a floorboard. Power source is just a small little battery pack. And the thing that makes the knocking noise, again, can be hidden anywhere. It can be hidden in your body. It can be hidden under
Do it in your body then.
wall, anything.
Now, this
Show it on your
guy
body.
is legit. He's been featured on a show called Penn and Teller Fool Us, which is a competitive magic show where they debunk magicians and psychics or anyone who has some sort of trick. And he tours around the country performing fake seances and such. So he definitely has a lot more experience debunking this kind of thing than I do. With that said, I don't quite see how a solenoid would explain how Cody and Satori are able to make the knocking noise outside the Conjuring house. And I don't think that Cody and Satori would be as...
Is Cody farting? Have we confirmed that he's not doing this? What if Cody farts and they're just like explosive farts that sound like footsteps? Like, you know, every time.
confident as they are with their so-called abilities if it were all dependent on a device that could malfunction or...
That would explain the doors, the winds, the shirt pulling.
stop working at any moment. But maybe there's another trick, in addition to the solenoid, that could help explain that. Check out this video by Dead Oak Paranormal showing how you can pop your toe joint
That would be hard to get consistent. What if he is lactose intolerant? His special weapons are cheese balls. They're like his bullets, you know? 1 cheese ball is 1 fart.
on command to make a similar knocking sound.
There's a trick you can do with your toes
Whoa! Whoa, he's doing it!
to generate a knocking sound while producing no motion. So if you listen carefully,
Thank you for the headpad, Silver. That's the knocking! That's the same sound.
you can control the loudness.
Oh my
However,
gosh.
the louder it is, the more motion you do cause.
Joint popping was my pet theory when I was watching episode 1, mostly because when I heard the noise, I thought to myself, wow, that sounds a lot like the sound
I
that
did it,
my
I'm
brother's
done.
jaw makes.
They
when
said
he's
my
eating.
living room
Not to
carpet is
throw my
clean once
brother under the
again.
bus
No
or anything,
way.
but
What
he chews his
was it? The
jaw
dogs
pops
again,
in and
Gerlin?
out, and it makes a very similar noise to what this so-called knocking sound is that was happening around Cody and Satori. Now, if that wasn't enough for you, here's a TikTok from a user named Save Us Barry showing the toe joint popping method again, but this time making the sound appear to move around the room. Okay, first of all, I just gotta say, nice sempiternal tattoo, bro. The only thing I find a little surprising about
Maybe it's because when you point at it, it makes you think that it's moving around.
this video is how easily he makes the sound
Yeah.
appear that it's moving around the room. He says in the comments the way he did it was with the power of suggestion. Basically just pointing and changing the volume of the joint.
2
pop
hours
tricks your
shampooing,
mind
lol. I
into
don't want to do
thinking
it
the
again.
sound
Oh
is
no.
coming from where he's pointing, which is really
You
impressive.
gotta knock on wood after that one, Gerlin.
If true.
It's gonna
These
happen
clips aren't
again if
the
you
only
don't.
examples of impressive joint popping, though. In fact, in the 19th century, a trio of performers known as the Fox Sisters popped their joints to make knocking sounds that they claimed were spirits communicating with them, too. Reports even indicated that the knocks could be heard moving around the room, just like Cody and Satori's knocks move around the room. Harry Houdini, arguably the most famous magician of all time, claims that the sounds seeming to move around the room was an illusion caused by sound reflections. Apparently, and I didn't know this, but Houdini was an enthusiastic debunker. I don't know about you, but I'm inclined to take his word for it. There's a reason.
Not only did they
Houdini
lie,
is
but
a
they
word
weren't even original.
synonymous with magician. Finally, if you're wondering how we know that the Fox sisters really were popping their joints, it's because they publicly confessed it later in life and even held an in-person demonstration. I'm not saying that this proves anything about Cody and Satori, but it is important to note that there's a precedent for this kind of act. Two last clips I want to show you. The first is a clip of Cody and Satori doing their routine in the Conjuring house years ago.
1, 2, 3, 3. Okay.
What if it's different? What if it's different? What if they were doing it differently back then? They could have switched methods, you know?
The clip uploader claims that the sounds are too loud to be toe cracking, and I agree. It's not just really loud, it also sounds mechanical. Now, can you think of
the
anything
solenoid.
that could cause a loud,
They just evolved.
mechanical sound like that?
1, 2, 3.
Finally, here's an observation Sam made during the uncut footage of them in the dance studio.
Oh, well, as we were saying, in the house, the Conjuring house, you can feel it on your feet. Everybody can feel it. We could feel it at the park next to the school. You can feel it on the concrete. But here we can't, which is very interesting.
Very interesting. Weird.
So according to Sam, someone who has spent multiple hours at this point listening to the knocking
There's an old video of him too of him doing it alone, which makes no sense if they needed to be holding hands and only works with them together.
Sounds in close proximity.
It's because he got older.
Says that the knocks aren't making the vibrations anymore in the
Thank you
dance
for the head
studio.
pat word.
It's actually not that weird if you consider the possibility that solenoids were primarily responsible for the vibrations they felt in the house. It's worth noting, however, that even though Sam makes this observation in the dance studio, Sam and Colby insist they could still feel the vibrations in the park.
And you could feel it on your feet. Like the vibrations were going through our shoes.
Like, how do you explain them being able to do that in a random park? Random pavement, we could still feel it on our feet?
Listen, I'm not saying I have all the answers or anything, but it still strikes me as odd these vibrations were totally absent in the dance studio. I feel like that's a slip up on Kotori's part. I mean, after Sam says that he notices there's no vibrations on the floor anymore, Cody and Satori spend the next 5 minutes trying to explain away how that could be.
You're here.
I've switched to my iPad, so my chat's gonna get badger tapped.
What,
It's okay,
the ghost
Sophie.
isn't standing on the floor anymore? What? Yeah, Sam, my thoughts exactly. In my opinion, after hearing both the solenoid and the joint pops in action, combined with the fact that Cody and Satori refused to take their shoes off in the dance studio, and Sam's comment that it sounded different outside the Conjuring house, makes me think that
Pretty funny
Cody and
watching this
Satori
again
are
later, yeah.
mainly using joint popping with the additional help of solenoid devices when they're inside the Conjuring house. So that's how I think they're making the knocking noises, but frankly speaking, it's just a theory. And if you're still on the fence after hearing the joint popping and solenoid stuff, I totally understand.
Thanks
As
for
evidence
watching.
goes, it's not very strong on its own. But I think that in combination with a series of other red flags, it starts to become a pretty compelling argument. Let's start getting into those other red flags now, starting with all those names. If they're faking it, how did they know all those names? How did
Google.
they know Sam's grandmother's nickname?
What's with this guy and
How did
butts?
they
I don't know. This guy loves
Amanda's
butts.
family name? How did they know Larry's family members? Well, there's actually a pretty simple explanation for all this. If you want to visit the Conjuring house, you have to book a reservation. You're not even allowed on the property otherwise. As part of booking a reservation, it clearly states that every guest needs to provide their first and last names. This means that not only did Sam and Colby need to provide their full names, but so did all their special guests, which makes moments like this one seem a lot less impressive in retrospect.
Nobody knows my last name.
But Amanda, in order to visit the property, you had to give your last name.
I'm not a public figure. There's no way that anybody in this room would have known anything about any of these people.
But
What's with this?
In order to even be on the property, you have to give
I like
your
the
full
fit.
name.
The
Your
overalls.
full name so we can figure out who you are.
Once they have your full name, all they need to do is Google to find an obituary. And for Sam, his grandmother's obituary has her nickname Libby on it. It also has the names of all the other family members that Cody and Satori mentioned on that first night. Cody and Satori do a lot of Googling to find these names, and for the most part, they had no problem finding the family names of every special guest that they entertained at the Conjuring house. With one notable exception.
Ooh.
Bella Porch. Bella was born in the
Bella.
Philippines and never knew her biological parents. Instead, she was raised by her grandmother until she was adopted at 3 years old. Now, if you remember in episode 3, Bella didn't get a reading from Cody and Satori. She didn't have any family members show up. You might explain this away by saying her family would be over in the Philippines, but based on the info we get from Cody and Satori about family members and the afterlife, this shouldn't have been a problem.
Do you guys know if they can travel wherever they want to at any time?
She has
Even if it's
clothes on.
fake, it's entertaining.
Are you always with them?
Yes.
Wow.
So they're always with you, and
It
they
is.
can travel anywhere they want. So
The problem is like I don't know. Maybe it's like making people like a. You saw Sam crying his eyes out, right? And that's pretty messed up.
Bella's family should be around.
Knowing
no
it's
problem.
fake.
Now, it couldn't be that the reason she didn't get a reading was because you couldn't Google her biological family.
How's the
right?
thinking going,
And this
Si?
isn't the only
I'm
suspicious
thinking
moment that
that he's
supports
still
the
farting.
Googling theory.
That's why the
Remember when
vibrations,
Cody
they could feel
Satori
it.
met this ghost at Globe Park.
See?
Who
He still had bullets here. But he ran out when they got to the studio.
spelled her name as Terry Fauci.
Bossy.
Terry Fossey.
But then later,
Thank you,
Sam
Riri.
and Colby pull up her obituary on screen and discover her last name was spelled
Very deep parts, yes. That's why it's vibrating.
There are two possible explanations for this. The first is that the ghost simply misspelled their own name.
Simply.
As one commonly does. As you do, I'm sure, routinely. We've all
My
been
cheek,
there,
Carla,
am I
no.
right? The second explanation is that Cody
Let
and
go.
Satori memorized the wrong name. Because you see, when you Google Globe Park, Rhode Island death, the first 7 search results all have the name Terry Fauci, which is a typo. You have to scroll down to the actual obituary, which has her real name, Terry Fika. This explanation would also answer
Terry
the
Fika.
question of how Cody and Satori were able to come up with a hyper-localized name like this. How they were able to come up with the name of someone who died at this seemingly random park. They were prepared to be taken to nearby areas as tests, so they memorized some names that could be verified as belonging to those
Terrific.
places. And by the way, Globe Park is only a
I miss
20-minute
old
drive
ghost
from the
hunting
Conjuring
shows.
House. And it's
True.
not like there's a ton of places
Back
to
when,
go in a
um,
rural area like this.
the
Add in
internet
the
was,
fact that Satori's family, including her
nigh-
dad, Jason Hawes from Ghost Hunters. Yeah, that's right.
Not
That's her dad.
common.
Wild, right? Anyway, they've been
Chat,
living
there
in
is only
Warwick,
one
Rhode
thought going
Island
through
since
Si's mind now, and
1979.
thought is cheese
I don't know
balls.
if
What do you
you've
mean?
seen a map
No.
of Rhode Island, but it's pretty small.
No.
It's definitely possible that
I'm
they
thinking
memorized a
about right
list of
now, I'll
names.
be honest. I'm thinking about Dude, if I get like a laptop that's powerful enough, I could be anywhere and stream. Like we could be in Japan and then I'll stream in Japan. Right?
Associated with various
That'd be crazy.
locations in northern Rhode Island.
I'll buy like
along with a couple of
I'll buy like
keywords.
Japanese 7-Eleven stuff and like chat, look, we're gonna eat this.
It's like teacher and globe, and had them ready at a moment's notice in case someone wanted to test them like this. The
Cheeseball
locations
Island.
don't
Yeah, I
even
could go to
need be that
Cheeseball Island and
close.
then
For
stream
example,
Cheeseball
in the
Island.
uncut footage at the dance studio, Cody and Satori make contact with a spirit named Terry Robinson. Sam and Colby's team confirmed that this is a real person who died several streets over. According to Google Maps,
My
he
gaming
lived
laptop was
a
like
20-minute
3K and weighed
walk
about 10
away from this
pounds.
dance
Could it
studio
stream?
and died about 10
Should we buy
minutes
one,
away.
chat?
You know,
Oh,
it's
man.
interesting that this
I don't
spirit
know.
that Cody and Satori instantly connected with was just kind of wandering
Cheese
around
rings.
about 20
I've
minutes
never
away
had cheese
from
rings.
where
What are
he
cheese
lived.
rings?
No connection to the dance studio or anything. They were just hanging out there. I guess Kotori didn't have a name memorized for the dance studio specifically, so
The
he just
motherboard
took the next one he
melted.
had. Now, if you think it's unrealistic that they would go to the trouble of memorizing a list of names like
Did the fans break? How
I'm
did it
gonna ask
melt?
the obvious question. Do you think it's more unrealistic than the idea they're actually
Lasted 2
communicating
years?
spirits?
Oh my
Because for
gosh.
me, the former is way more realistic than the
1.5K
latter.
a
Think
year.
about it. If they are faking this, it's a pretty elaborate thing to fake. Like, they're already jumping through so many hoops just to fake the knocking noise. And compared to that,
I have not much patience with my
memorizing a little
laptop. He is
list of
slow.
20
True.
or 30 names and keywords isn't really that much
He's
work.
trying his
I'll put it
best,
this way.
I okay?
If
He's
your
trying his
entire
best. That's all that
career
matters.
revolves around talking to the spirits of dead people, and you spend your entire career in Rhode Island, then don't you think it would be important to know the names
One of the
some
coppers
real
melted.
dead people from Rhode Island?
That's crazy.
Now, you may
Copper melting?
wonder, what happens when a stranger asks them to do a reading?
Gotta be
They
like
can't
lava
memorize names for
temperature.
that. And you're right, which is why Cody and Satori have a strict policy when it comes to strangers.
And we only do this for people who cross our paths naturally.
I'll go ahead and translate that for you. They're only going to do it if they know your full name and they can Google you beforehand.
We just need your full name so we can figure out who you are.
I know earlier I said I had 2 more clips to show you, but I actually have one more in addition to those. It's from a few years ago. I just think it's an interesting clip. I'll go ahead and just play it for you.
You ready?
Okay.
He can't talk, but yes.
What the fuck?
Wait, what? So the
Yeah,
The-
so
doing the
that was a
steps?
clip of Cody and Satori synchronizing the knocking noise with fist bumps. It's from a channel named I'm Troy. If you'd like to see the full original video, it's about half an hour long. When
if they searched my full name, there's a famous tennis player, Sabrina Williams.
I see that footage, to me, it's just another sign. Again, I'm going
Serena
to present the
Williams, I meant.
argument, what's more likely? That this is footage of a ghost that is able to time their knocks to the fist bumps? Or is it footage of Cody being able to control when the knocks happen? What's the simplest explanation? This footage wouldn't mean much on its own, just like the joint popping footage wouldn't mean much on its own. But all the red flags together start to paint a pretty suspicious picture. So, in summary, we have 1. A plausible explanation for how Cody and Satori can control the knocking noises with one or more of their bodies, possibly with the aid of mechanical devices. It's not a foolproof explanation, but I'd say it's more plausible than the idea that ghosts are making them. 2. A very likely explanation for how Cody and Satori were able to get the names of family members and why they gave everyone a reading except
Why is she so
Bella
scared?
Porsche, who they couldn't Google. 3. Another plausible explanation for how Cody and Satori were able to come up with a relevant name in Globe Park, but somehow ended up misspelling it. But the most compelling argument for me has to do with
Our
their
response.
video. Yeah, that's
They
right.
made a response video?
response video. And yes, they did double down on everything.
We do want to start by confirming with everybody here and just saying it on record that we are absolutely real. What we do is absolutely real, and we don't know how it works fully, and we're still learning things every day about it.
I just want to jump in here real quick with more of an editorial moment. I've noticed that Cody and Satori say this a lot, They don't know how it works. They don't know why it works. They don't know. They don't know. They don't know.
I don't know
why. I don't know why it works, but it does. It's weird.
this whole
that we
thing.
don't know how it works. Cody and I found.
It's because of the ghost. That's what they don't know. Because of all the
I
ghosts
don't know.
and the
That's a
farts.
good question. That's a really good question. I don't know if we've outright asked that.
And we don't know how it works.
Now the reason
Her
this is
hair looks nice though.
significant
It's
is
because
that
of the money they make.
I've noticed in my personal life that this is how people talk when they're lying. If you
Uh-huh.
press them for details or even ask basic questions about the lie, they'll say they don't know, and they'll act completely unbothered by it. For example, a former friend of mine was telling me a story once of something pretty unbelievable that supposedly happened to him. We'll just say there's a person in his story
No.
who acted very mysteriously and irrationally, and I had the suspicion that he was
Not
lying
necessarily.
about it, that
I just
the
don't
story
care.
wasn't true. And so I asked
Someone
him,
would
I
ask me
said,
for details.
"That's
I'm
a
like, I don't
really
know.
strange thing that happened. Can you think of any reasons why that person in your story acted that way?" And he just shrugged his shoulders and said, "I have no idea. No clue." And he was so casual about it. No clue. Like he hadn't even thought about it. And then I found out later through another friend that he was lying about the whole thing.
I think over-explaining is a lot more of
Back
a.
to that moment where I just
I
asked
think
him
over-explaining is a lot more of a, like a tell-all that you're lying.
why he thought this bizarre thing happened, why this person in his story acted so strangely, and he couldn't even tell me
Panicking
his
sets in.
personal theory. And if you'll notice, every time Sam and Colby or anyone else asks Cody and Satori, why do
From
you
9
think
or
you're
10
able
years
to do
old, I was at
this?
my house. I
Or
heard knocking
how
knocks
does
on
this
the door
work?
that night. I was
Why
scared
does
a
this
bit.
work?
Really?
They have the same shoulder-shrugging attitude that I saw
Was
in
this
my
guy in your
friend
house? Was this guy in your house? Dude, if this guy was in your house, you'd.
lying. How does it work? No clue. I haven't thought about it. Haven't asked that question. Don't know why. Let me ask you this, okay? If you discovered that you had the ability, the power, to instantly, consistently, and accurately communicate with spirits for years and years, is there any world where you wouldn't be obsessively thinking about and theorizing about why and how you have this incredible science-defying power? Again, this is just a little
Imagine you said it.
editorializing
It's 'cause
on
I
my
fart a
part,
lot.
but it was something that really bothered me about how they talk. Carry on.
Now, there have been so many opinions and theories circulating the internet, such as we're popping our joints, comparing us to the Fox sisters of the spiritualist movement, even that we're building devices that make knocking sounds.
Hang on. Let me stop you right there. You actually don't need to build solenoid devices.
Why is
You
he
can just
sliding
buy
on screen
them.
like that?
In fact, they're very cheap. But I
Wait,
get
there's
it.
$3?
Using the term building
That was
makes it sound
crazy.
like a much more ridiculous claim to make. So I understand why you chose to frame it that way.
We are definitely not popping any joints in our body.
Damn, look at
I
Cody
am
shaking his
pop,
head at the
pop,
camera
pop.
here. As if I'm the one popping my joints or something.
Now, we're definitely not building machines or devices that make knocking sounds. We definitely don't have time for that, first of all.
Hang on.
Of course.
Did you just say you don't have time to build machines and devices? That's weird, because isn't this your company, Cody?
Des Tech.
Des Tech? Paranormal research equipment? Hey, look, here's one of your products. Isn't that your name on the packaging? Cody Ray Desbians? Now, is your name on it just because it's your company, or did you actually build these yourself? Oh, the sign right here really clears it up. It says, designed and built by Cody Ray Desbians. Huh. That really clears up
He's
a lot
the
of things.
ghost.
This is a tweet from 2018 showing some prototype devices you were working on. Pretty cool stuff, man. Can't wait to see them in action. You know, it says here in this article by Kenny Biddle that your now deleted Facebook page says you, quote, specialize in audio and investigation technology with knowledge in electronics and physics. Wow. Impressive, Cody. You know, there's a device out there that combines all of those things. It's an electronic device that produces audio through physics. It's called a solenoid. So it's an incredible
He
coincidence
invented the
that this
solenoid.
device just so happens to combine everything.
He's like Albert Einstein.
You know, all
Invented
this
gravity.
makes
Wait,
what
no.
you just said about not having time to build machines or devices sound really strange, doesn't it? Because not only do you have time to build devices, you have built devices. Listen, even if you're a Cody and Satori believer, you gotta admit, this was at best an extremely suspicious thing to say.
And on the Fox sisters.
All right, I'm gonna go eat. It's 4:25 a.m. Good night, chat. Inside. Wait, Reaper. Look under your bed. There's gonna be a ghost on there. If not, it's gonna be in your closet. The ghost, the creepy ghost. If it's not in the closet, it's right outside your room. And if it's not there, it's right outside your window. Every time you check, it's moving really fast. You'll just see something crawl in your peripheral vision, like really fast.
Throughout paranormal history and even today try to
Good night,
communicate with
Reaper.
spirit via the sound of knocking and rapping noises. There's literally equipment that is designed to take the vibration of knocking or banging and associate it with letters. So it's definitely not a unique form of communication that hasn't
You
been
can
done
join me in the
before.
blankie instead.
Well,
It's cold outside.
First of all,
true.
that equipment you
You're
just
gonna hear
described
knocking.
that translates knocking vibrations into letters sounds incredibly unscientific. And I would guess that you feel it's unreliable as well, because otherwise, wouldn't you use it instead of reciting the alphabet over and over?
It's farting.
So why even bring this up? I don't know. Carry on.
There are a lot of similarities and differences between us and the Fox sisters. If you do your research, you will find that by certain accounts, the Fox sisters wouldn't let people see under their long skirts at their feet.
Oh, so the difference between the two of you is that they refuse to take their shoes off. Are we just going to pretend like you two don't have similar restrictions? I seem to remember you refusing to take your shoes off in the dance studio. So, thank you for listing an incriminating similarity, I guess. But as confusing as this point was, the next one is even more confusing to me.
By certain
Why is she so red?
accounts that they would only do this
Look at the
for
color
money,
difference in the with the face and the knife.
things like that. So there are a lot of things that the Fox sisters did do that we cannot and will not do. So we highly recommend looking into them a bit further.
So the point she's making here is one that they've repeatedly made in the Sam and Colby footage too. And that's that.
No, I didn't. I didn't miss that spoke.
sisters did
I
this
ate
for
it.
money.
Phantomly.
We don't do
Phantom
it for
eating.
money, and we never will.
They would only do this for money.
And we only do this for people who cross our paths naturally and don't do it for money or anything like that.
We're not taking money for this or anything.
But they are doing it for money. Right here in this video. Do me a favor. I'm old and I can't quite see as well these days. So can you tell me what it says on their shirts? Oh, it says The Conjuring House. They work for The Conjuring House. They do this act primarily at The Conjuring House.
The Conjuring
There's tons of
House.
clips of people visiting The Conjuring House and seeing this personalized routine from Cody and Satori. And every one of these people are paying customers.
The Conjuring
Full background
House.
info on The Conjuring House. The current owners, I don't know if that's Jacqueline Nunez or a company she's a part of or what, but they bought The Conjuring House in 2022 for $1.5 million.
Oh my gosh.
And when you pay $1.5 million for a house that you don't live in, it's so that house can make money. Preferably more than $1.5 million. So The Conjuring House is understandably aggressively marketing itself. Now, I mentioned this way earlier in the video, so you may not remember, but remember when I talked about the Annabelle doll? Remember how the Annabelle dolls have nothing to do with The Conjuring House? And yet, everywhere you look in this place, there's a Raggedy Ann doll. There's multiple Raggedy Anns in glass cases downstairs. There's giant Raggedy Anns in the bedrooms upstairs. And the reason for them being strewn around the place isn't for historical accuracy. Because
for
again,
what?
they weren't at the Conjuring House. It's to make the house look scary. To attract the ghost hunter / Ed and Lorraine Warren enthusiast clientele. I mean, look, there's Ouija boards used as decoration. There's random dolls in the background. Like, you think these lights are flickering by accident? They're
Yes.
not. This house is
It's because of the ghost.
designed to be a marketable haunted house experience. It is designed to make money. Check out the prices on the website. If you're a content creator and you want to visit, the prices start
$1,500 night.
$1,200.
Oh my gosh.
Even if you just want a tour, the cheapest ones are $25 a guest. Do you know how many tours they do per day? Satori does.
We
How many?
do like 3 tours a day with 14 people each walking through this room.
3 tours a day, 14 people each. That's 42 people, which at $25 a pop is over $1,000 a day just on tours. And that's not including overnight stays or
$1 million a
content
day.
creator reservations, which by the way are booked solid through January. My point is, the Conjuring House is a business, and Cody and Satori being on staff means part of their job is drumming up that business. Satori even outright admits this to Sam and Colby.
If it's helping people, then that's why we're still doing this.
That's what it's about for us, and you know, getting the house out there and showing that the house is more than what some people just believe it is. That's the important thing.
That's the important thing. Getting the house out there. Right. So here's the business model. Cody and Satori work for the Conjuring House. When paid customers come for a visit, Cody and Satori do their routine. They get the paying customers to talk about what a life-changing event it was. Tell their friends, hey, you gotta go to the Conjuring House. You won't believe what these 2 people on their staff can do. I have more faith in the afterlife now. I mean, that's exactly what Sam and Colby did. They were so impressed that they insisted their friends who visited get a reading too. And everyone came away from the experience believing even more strongly in the paranormal. A belief that can be monetized not only in the Conjuring House, but also through their Paranormal Couple brand, which has a Patreon as well as an online store. As much as they deny it, money is definitely a motivator.
We're just gonna pretend to talk to ghosts with our
they're
feet.
so insistent that it's not makes me trust them even less. Because one of the key factors that you should consider when you're trying to determine whether something is true or not is asking the question, who stands to benefit if this is a lie?
Me.
And Cody and Satori stand to benefit quite a bit.
We know what we do is real. And we know the thousands of people that we help know what we do is real as well. We just aren't in the business of doing experiment after experiment and becoming a lab rat for the purpose of trying to prove something to people that may never believe in the first place. We truly feel that there's nothing we can do without people coming up with some excuse as to why it may not be real.
Literally just do it without shoes on. You act like people are making unreasonable, humiliating requests. Literally just do it without shoes on at a neutral third-party location. I find this defensive attitude to be truly bizarre.
His third tells they're
if what doing is
faking.
real,
No.
because it's an attitude that you simply
It's his
wouldn't
face.
realistically have if you actually had the ability they're saying they have. Because here's the thing, and for me this is the most convincing evidence of all that Cody and Satori are lying. Forget the joint popping, forget the solenoids, forget the Googling family.
Forget everything.
Memorizing, forget all that stuff that we've been talking about so far. Let's say that it's real, okay? It's real. So Cody and Satori are able to instantly, whenever and wherever they want, communicate.
Oh, you were planning on visiting this house? I mean, you can probably check right now. It's probably empty. Silver.
With the spirits of dead people, and not just communicate
Silas in a Whataburger sweater? Draw me.
with them, but allow them
Draw me in
to
a Whataburger
communicate
sweater.
with their living loved ones or anyone else in the room with them. If that's the case, then this is literally the
If I go somewhere
biggest
haunted, should I put in Discord?
scientific
Yes.
discovery of
How are you gonna
all
watch my
time.
streams if you're gonna go
It
somewhere? What the
single-handedly
frick's over here?
clarifies the answer to life's greatest mystery, which is what happens after we die. The answer to that question changes everything within the fields of science and religion. There's an argument to be made that it's the most important thing that's ever happened.
I'll still watch
It
you,
really
nice.
cannot be understated how
Show the ghost my
significant
streams.
this would be if it were real.
What if they become
How
fans?
they frame their abilities and their significance at the end of this.
Not only my Mr. Worldwide, I'm Mr. Universal,
Tomorrow
bro.
morning, when Satori and I wake up, we're going to continue doing.
I've watched
what we
all
do
their
to
ghost
help
vids.
people with
Really?
This gift that we have, bring closure to them, and maybe a little bit of faith in the afterlife.
This, to me, is
Little
the greatest
faith. There you
evidence
go.
against Cody and Satori. They've had this incredible ability for years. They've had years to ponder the significance of this ability, to process what it could mean, not just for them, not just for the people that they show it to, but for the world as a whole. They've had years to think about the fact that this ability, this power is convincing enough in its consistency and clarity that if they had it scientifically studied and verified, it would drastically change everything we know about the physical world. And yet the way they frame it here in their mic drop moment is that they're going to use it to make individual people they show it to set aside their skepticism and have more faith in the existence of an afterlife. A belief in the
Mari,
afterlife
thank you for
that
the
they
follow.
actively monetize through their jobs at the Conjuring House and through their career as the paranormal couple. Now, does that sound like the mindset of someone who's discovered they have an incredible, scientifically significant superpower? Or
Joel,
does
thank you for
that
the
sound
follow.
like the mindset
Don't worry,
of
Silas.
a
If I ever go
con
somewhere, I will
artist?
definitely not be watching you all the time. Can't take a phone on a roller coaster.
If we held
Why
up
not?
these cards,
Dude, there was
could
one time
tell
I was
us-
where I was in a roller coaster and I had my phone in my pocket, right? My iPhone. Put it in my pocket, and then we went on a loop. Guess what happened to my phone? Slid out, freaking bouncing around, bro. It was the most dangerous thing on that roller coaster. Oh my gosh, that was so embarrassing, bro. Someone caught it. Thankfully, someone caught my phone, and then we're like, "I got it. I'll give it to you after the ride."
what the shape is. So we're not going to say
I'm like,
the
thankfully no one got hurt.
We want you to see
Just
it
getting hit with an
and then
iPhone.
tell us what shape it is. Is that okay? You can help prove to us.
I'll be prepared to start drawing you in a Whataburger sweater tomorrow. Sadly, I'll work till Saturday after tomorrow.
Really, really
Bring me to your work, Sophie.
messages that you're trying to communicate with us.
Could have took off someone's head. True.
All right, so I think that's your way.
My iPhone is very sharp.
You're not supposed to. You're supposed to have faith. Is it about faith?
Ooh, that was loud. That was really loud.
It's about faith.
Okay.
Okay.
True.
What's 9 plus 10? 21 studios. I like Sam and Colby.
So,
I mean, they seem like likable people.
on Sam and Colby's Conjuring House series. Well, to be blunt, I thought that 6 hours of content was a bit much. I was getting kind of burned out by episode 3. But then again, I will admit, I'm not the target audience at all. But hey, 10 million views on each video?
That's pretty good.
Massive success, so who am I to argue? Considering how successful the series was, though, it makes me turn my attention to Sam and Colby and ask the question, what role, what responsibility do they have in making sure that they're providing valid information to their young and impressionable audience? I've focused a lot on Cody and Satori this video, and that's because Sam and Colby themselves focus a lot on Cody and Satori. Throughout the series, Sam and Colby have multiple conversations where they reverently talk about the paranormal couple and the impact that their method has had on them.
This is something that we are going to be talking about for the rest of our lives.
For the rest of your lives, though? Really?
You know, how we approach the paranormal,
White heart rate going up?
They
So excited.
several times that they recognize
I'm moving my legs just so I don't get like I don't atrophy while sitting here.
Change the world, like view of spirits and stuff. Yeah. This is so special.
Probably the most undeniable.
Sorry, was that a big word?
Anybody's ever seen about
Knowing my clumsy self, I definitely will drop my phone. I already have to worry about my glasses coming off. Oh
If
no.
this were
Full
real,
rise.
it would be, as Sam said, the most undeniable thing anybody's ever seen about the afterlife. But while Sam and Colby seem to have a basic grasp
Move my legs.
of
Yes.
the gravity and importance of what they're showing,
Get the
they
blood
don't
pumping on there.
fully explore the consequences of sharing it on a wide scale. Instead, what they focus on are the feelings and emotions that their videos on it are going to elicit from the people they're showing it to.
That
Should I add a little burger hat? Yes.
is the reason
Like I'm working like I'm working at Whataburger.
millions of people
I've never had Whataburger.
People out there, they're just like, that's corny. But like, guys, that is like the sole purpose of life is to spread positivity and love. That's what it's all about. That's hope. That's hope right there.
We're so buried in our phones. Instead of giving someone a real smile, we send an emoji.
The potential danger that they didn't consider here,
Classic
though,
spooky
is
energy,
that when you
true.
give people hope, but it's based on a lie.
Mila, you're finally here. Hi Mila, how you doing?
At that point, instead of spreading positivity like you wanted, you're spreading misinformation. And I know that they genuinely believed that what they were showing in these videos was real, but that's the problem.
It's a
They
ghost.
let
Mila's a
their
ghost.
Personal beliefs and emotions dictate their judgment. And when you're dealing with something like this, that, as they acknowledged at the end of episode 1, could change the world if it was true, then they need to set aside their personal beliefs and emotions. Because when you're dealing with a claim that big, that unprecedented, you need to recognize that you have a responsibility to scientifically verify these things through a neutral third party.
I like Whataburger fries. I've never had it.
To millions of young people. It's one thing when Sam and Colby's walkie-talkies break down and they choose to present it as an unexplainable mystery, or when a REM pod is lighting up and they don't consider non-paranormal explanations, because the stakes here are very low. No one's gonna think of the walkie-talkies running out of battery as groundbreaking scientific proof of the paranormal. But when it comes to the claim that these two are able to
I had it when I vacationed in Florida.
Communicate with spirits,
Is it only in Florida?
Demonstrably proves the presence of an afterlife, it's Sam and Colby's responsibility.
Wouldn't
to
be a
elevate
cute
their
ghost emo be
standard of
fun?
proof in response.
I mean, that's our next sub goal if we reach it.
Expect these YouTube
We
entertainers
get
become
five
knowledgeable scientists who are
new
familiar
emotes.
with
At least you guys pick it.
standards and
You guys
are
pick
able to
5
judge
new
exactly
emotes.
which experiments would be most effective? No, but it is reasonable to expect them to know when they're out of their depth, and that they're not qualified to be the ones who verify these claims.
It's in Texas and other
And to
states
their
too.
credit,
Oh.
Sam and Colby sorta did this.
Tried every single way that we could in our minds to debunk it and absolutely couldn't. So if you guys have any other ideas, let us know.
An open invitation to online debunkers is better than nothing, but in my mind, they should have contacted professionals and shown their opinions in the video. Having a physicist examine
I'm
the
at
footage, for
Burger
example,
King with my Burger Queen.
Sam and Colby have
Can
no
I
problem
get a
having
large
mediums and
fry?
priestesses guest in their videos.
I missed
So
In-N-Out.
why
Did
not at
In-N-Out
least
die?
have someone from the scientific community give an alternate perspective on things, considering how big the repercussions are. They also issue their debunking challenge directly after saying this.
We 100% wholeheartedly believe that this is true.
When you've got 10 million young fans, and you both say that
I moved
you
away from where In-N-Out is.
100%
Isn't In-N-Out
believe
only
it,
in LA?
well, the
Or California?
debunking challenge that you issue directly after is going to fall on deaf ears for the majority of those people, because they're hanging on to every word that you say. And if you
I like
say you
spooky streams
100%
more than
believe
anything. This is a
that's
very
gonna be good enough
spooky
for a lot of
stream.
them. There was a little bit of backlash for this video, even though most of the feedback was
yummy.
positive. This series did attract
Nice
a
try,
lot of
Mila.
controversy and criticism, mostly for Cody and Satori, but a fair bit for Sam and Colby too. To the point that they made a quick response video where they addressed a few of the major points. The theory of joint popping, the idea that their family members' names were Googled ahead of time, some of the big things we talked about in this video. And while they acknowledged these points,
Whataburgers
they
in a
were
lot of states, really?
unconvinced that these points
Unbelievable.
changed the conclusion.
In our opinion, and based on our experiments, there's nothing that we saw or captured on camera that debunks
Even
what we
Nevada.
experienced. Can we
Well,
say
that's
it's
pretty close to
100%
California.
real? No, we didn't do enough testing to prove that it's 100% real. However, from the videos that we've seen online, there's no 100% evidence.
No eating
to prove
fingers.
that this
Yes,
is all
eating
an act.
fingers.
Yes, these are all great thoughts, and we wish we could test each and every single one of them, but until we capture ourselves definitive evidence of this, we cannot 100% prove if it's real or an act. No matter what we show or say to you guys, there's no way for us to 100% prove to you that this is real. We just wanted to
I want
share
your
with
fingers
you
if you
what
keep
we
eating them. That's how you give them to me, though.
video, unless you experience it for yourself, there's always going to be plausible reasons out there of how people
Give her the
can
head
think
pat,
certain
Sophie.
things.
Now, this statement that they gave, and all the talk of 100% proven, 100% disproven, and the fatalistic observation that, well, there's always going to be somebody debunking.
Eating fingers isn't good for you.
The
Yeah, it is.
problem
For
with
me, it
all
is.
that is that that's not how science works. Well, we can't 100% prove it, but
Given you meaning to finger
can't
food.
100% disprove it, so it's a wash. No, it isn't. Science actually cannot 100% prove or 100% disprove anything. For example, gravity. You cannot 100% prove gravity, but you also can't 100% disprove it either. The reason why gravity is universally considered to be a fact, despite it not being 100% provable, is because the evidence for it is so strong. Not only have there been countless experiments and
I want to
math
poke you, but you
equations
keep
that
eating my fingers.
continually verify the
Yeah,
theory
they're
of
so yummy.
gravity,
Very
you're
yummy.
also able to easily demonstrate it yourself. There's not any one fact or one
Gravity isn't real,
experiment
bro.
that proves gravity. There's a portfolio of hundreds of different facts and thousands of different experiments that make the theory of gravity considered a rational conclusion. So the question isn't whether or not the existence of Cody and Satori's power can be proven or disproven. The question is whether the existence of their power can be considered a rational conclusion. And based on what we've been presented, I'm going to say the answer is no.
Now
But
I don't
that said,
remember
I'm
where
also
I
not a
had the
scientist,
in and
so
out.
take
Could
all
have been
this science
Texas.
talk with a grain of
Should we go to
salt.
Texas,
Maybe ask
guys?
somebody who actually has a degree in this stuff what they think about it. And hey, I get that it's too late now. The damage is done. But
Yes.
Sam and Colby, first of all, I know you guys aren't watching this, but just on the off chance you are, I don't want you guys to think that debunking these things is a waste of time or not worth trying just because you're not going to convince everyone, even if you do a really thorough job. Because you're right, you're not going to convince everyone. Some people will never be convinced. Just like some
I'll
other
never be
people will
convinced.
never be unconvinced. But that doesn't
I had
mean that you
smoked
can't
mackerel
do
for
a better
dinner.
job
That
of
sounds pretty
approaching
good.
things more scientifically moving forward.
I had steak very
Especially
recently.
when you're selling your series.
And it's hard to convince me on
lines like
steak.
this.
You could easily mess up steak. I do not like chewy steak. It's disgusting for me.
I was just going to end the video right there, but I'm a dork and I want to talk to you guys for a minute instead. Thanks everyone for watching.
No, thank you. Pretty good video. John Wolf.